Hey y'all. Hey Miss Judy. Hey Ro baby. Hey sis. I'm like, oh my God, I'm late. I'm sitting up there looking at other content and everything. I'm like, Lord have mercy. Okay, Miss Judy. Happy Valentine Day, y'all. Happy Valentine Day, ladies. Y'all, I am in the crib chilling. As I get done with this live, I'm about to start cleaning up and probably fry me some catfish and relax. Hey Cindy, how y'all doing? See y'all popping this like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm gonna wait till we get to probably about like four minutes, then I'm gonna get started. Yes, happy Valentine's Day. I got up out of here probably about like I believe 1 o'clock. And I'm like, where's all this traffic coming from? Like, I mean, it was folks everywhere. I'm like, oh, wait, it's Valentine's Day and it's tax season. Everybody outside spending that money. Shoot. I'm cool. I'm just chilling. It's just another day for me, baby. Just another day. What y'all doing? What y'all doing today? Y'all doing anything special? I'm like, oh my God, ain't nobody live right now. I say everybody must have went live earlier, like this morning and everything. So I'm like, oh, found me a little slot. Maybe I need to go on here to go live right now. Cause I know Break Room, she got her wrench Wednesday. So she probably be coming live a little bit later. I'm like, I don't want to bump heads and get with nobody. So let me just go on and get it in real quick. All right, y'all. We ain't about to waste no time. We about to get straight into it. So I'm about to go ahead and get my screen shared and everything. So what's been going on, y'all? Holla at me. What's for dinner? Is y'all cooking? Y'all going out to eat? What's the word? I've been on me some fish, so I think I'm gonna make me some fry me some catfish. So I think I'm gonna do that. It's the catfish for me. Oh no, I went into subscriptions. My crazy stuff. I got too many doggone. Oh Lord. Okay, here we go. Trying to find my stuff. I'm coming here. I'm just trying to find my get to my list. And I didn't went into the wrong stuff. Here we go. Let me go back home. And get into it. You say that sound good, Miss Judy? Yeah, I've been having a taste for me some catfish. So that's what I think I'm gonna make me. Cindy say nothing much, just got off fighting is cold. And that's so crazy. Hey, open book, hey sis. That's so crazy. I just get off the phone with Lisa, and she was saying the same stuff. Like, oh my God, like her throat is hurting and everything. So she didn't got in a hold to some type of little bug or something. But this weather just been crazy out here though. Like we've been getting like I believe 50 to probably about. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it that far, but I say 50 to maybe no more than 55 degrees. And then, next thing you know, it's dropping all the way down to the 30s at night. So yeah, it's been crazy. The weather just been crazy. Like literally, we're in the middle of February. Normally, we've been had snowstorms. Now I ain't mad though. I'm definitely not mad. But we'll be in the middle of snowstorms at this point. That's for a fact. I know it feel good with who out there up in California? Who out there in California? I don't think no California folks in here today. Not yet. Y'all got 8 inches of snow yesterday. Oh, Jesus, that's where you at, Cindy? Jesus Christ. Now why I can't find this, I don't know. So let me just try to start over. Oh, I know what I gotta do. There we go. View your channel. Oh, you in Connecticut? Lord. Ooh. That's what I'm not looking for is no snow. Because normally we'll have a whole snowstorm out here. By this time, starting the beginning of February, it's always snowing. But it's been pretty decent. We had a lot of rain a couple of weeks ago. And then it's just been like, it's been giving us a little break lately, I guess. I'm not complaining. But it's still messing up, people's health, though. People just been getting sick. So, yeah. Okay, I just found what I was looking for, y'all. Y'all is going to trip out on this. Y'all got to watch these with me. Because the title mean exactly. Hey, Shelly Shell. The title, it explains itself, y'all, with these videos I'm about to play. Right now. And y'all gonna say something about it. I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna see who's gonna be the first one to say something. All right. So I'm about to share my screen. And we about to get started. Open book, you and your husband are going out? Y'all not celebrating Valentine's Day? Okay, y'all, let's do this. And you say, no, ma'am, I feel you, child. I feel you, honey. I feel like I'm getting older because it's starting to feel like everything is just overrated these days for me. When it came down to my birthday, I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. You go Valentine's Day, yeah, okay, all right, another day. Christmas came, okay, I can't wait till it's over with. Okay. I just been so nonchalant about the whole thing. Seriously. You say y'all need to sit all okay. Well, them the good old days for me. The sitter. I know that's right. I was just getting ready for her anniversary. All right. So we finna get started, y'all. And let me know what y'all think now. Cause this stuff is tripped out. Seriously. I'm about to play it.
Report. And okay, so hold on. He said that he was still that objection to hearsay, Your Honor. Okay, but I can't hear I have a police report. And okay, so hold on. Hold on. He said that he was still afraid to go and that his father objection to hearsay. Yes. No, we have CPS workers. I can't hear what they said. You just have to state factual things. Okay, factual things is that my son came home and said that he was objection to anything that the child said. They, the police in Sacramento told me that objection to hearsay. All right, so in media, and we were told that it is totally okay for us to go back to our home and our.
So let me give y'all a little brief summary on this particular case. This particular case, basically, oh Lord, somebody will be calling my phone. 1 second. But this particular case, the young lady, the mom, they was I believe her and her ex-husband, he ended up getting full custody of their son. And at some point she decides that she wants to flee and go to a whole different state. So that's all I'm gonna tell y'all. And then right here, of course, she's representing herself. The young lady at the bottom, Margaret, is the ex-husband's attorney. So y'all listen up.
Our son who says that he's afraid of you. He is actively lying in order to, I'm sorry.
Today, we have a legal battle between a lawyer and a pro se litigant. The pro se litigant is just not grasping how laws and procedures work despite being corrected multiple times. Watching the defendant's attorney legally battle the plaintiff is just hysterical. Aside from the entertainment between the plaintiff and the defendant's attorney, the reason behind the requested TPO alone makes a great hearing. Overall, this is a fantastic case that I had to share with you all. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
So you can hear what Ms. Simpson. All right, go ahead, Ms. Simpson.
Okay, so there's 3 grounds on which we're seeking dismissal of this case. I filed my motion to dismiss. I don't know if you've had a chance to read that, Judge. But okay, so the first ground is that this court lacks jurisdiction. Second, this matter has already been litigated and adjudicated twice in California. And third, my client was never properly served with a copy of the petition in this case. On the jurisdiction issue, this court lacks jurisdiction over my client and this matter because the Family Violence Act provides jurisdiction over non-residents only where the acts of family violence are alleged to have occurred in Georgia, and that's OCGA 1913-2B. My client is not a resident of Georgia. He has never been a resident of Georgia, and the petitioner has not alleged that any acts of family violence occurred in Georgia. The basis of petitioner's complaint is an alleged incident that occurred in California on February 6th. Petitioner alleges that the party's 6-year-old son returned from parenting time with his father, my client, with a bloody knot on his head. Setting aside for the moment the fact that petitioner has no evidence that my client had anything to do with the scratch on the child's head, it is undisputed that both parties and the child were in California when this incident occurred. That alone dispenses with petitioner's claim relating to the child. This court cannot issue a protective order on behalf of the child based on these allegations because this alleged incident did not occur in Georgia. Therefore, this court does not have jurisdiction as to that claim against my non-resident client. The only other allegation of family violence that the petitioner raises in her complaint is that my client allegedly threatened her life, quote, if you leave California. Again, there's no evidence that my client ever made such a threat because he didn't. But again, you don't need to decide that question, Judge. You only need to determine the threshold question of whether such a threat would constitute an act of family violence that occurred in Georgia. And under both the Anderson and Huggins cases that are cited in our motion to dismiss, it's clear that a communication sent from another state, whether by phone or by email, does not constitute an act of family violence in Georgia. The act of placing the call or sending the email are deemed to have occurred in the state where the communication was sent. And petitioner does not allege that my client came to Georgia to make these alleged threats against her. She doesn't even allege that she was in Georgia when the threats were made, allegedly made. She claims that my client threatened her if she left California. But even if she were in Georgia, the alleged act itself did not occur here, and the court does not have jurisdiction to enter a protective order based on this allegation. So petitioner's complaint should be dismissed for lack of jurisdiction as to both the claim she made on behalf of the child and the claim she made on her own behalf. The second ground on which we're seeking dismissal is that this matter has already been litigated and adjudicated in California. Petitioner filed a request for domestic violence restraining order in Los Angeles County on February 9th based on the same allegations regarding the child having a scratch on his head on February 6th. The Los Angeles court, where an ongoing custody case between the parties is currently pending, held a 2-day hearing on February 17th and 18th, and then dismissed petitioner's request for a restraining order, finding that she had not met her burden of proving her claims, the same claims that she's making here today. Undeterred by her case being dismissed, petitioner refiled her request for a domestic violence restraining order in Sacramento County on March 9th. And again, alleging that the child returned from his father's house with a bloody knot on his head on February 6th. Again, this matter was heard over the course of 2 days on March
Your Honor, I
24th and
object. This is
30th
not what
by the Sacramento court, which found that it was not the proper.
So Ms. Holmes, when she argues, we'll let you respond. So if you're taking
okay,
notes,
because that's not true.
Okay, so what she's doing is making an argument. It's a motion. So this is just her. So it's not testimony on her behalf. She's just making an argument. So what she finishes, I see you're taking notes, then you can respond to her motion. How about that?
Yes, yes, Your Honor, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, no, it's okay. Go ahead, Ms. Simpson.
So this matter was heard over the course of 2 days on March 24th and 30th by the Sacramento court, which found that it was not the proper venue to hear the petitioner's claims given the pending custody case in Los Angeles. Petitioner now brings her claim for the third time, again in an improper venue. And because this case has already been decided on the merits by the Los Angeles court, and the Sacramento court has confirmed that Los Angeles was the proper forum to make that decision, res judicata and judicial estoppel bar this court from retrying this matter and second-guessing those decisions. So therefore, petitioner's claim must be dismissed. Finally, this case should be dismissed because my client has never been served with a copy of petitioner's petition. She failed to serve it on him. She only served him with a copy of the ex parte order. He has been able to obtain a copy from the court, but service has not been perfected, and the court cannot enter a 12-month protective order without service. Now, we obviously want to be heard on our motion to dismiss, but we're not waiving the defense of lack of service. So in closing, I just want to note the real reason that we're here, if it's not already obvious. Petitioner is desperately seeking a way around the custody orders issued by the Los Angeles court. The custody case in Los Angeles is not going her way, and she is abusing the court system in an effort to get her way. Petitioner has been ordered not to remove the child from California while the custody case is pending. And now that her alimony has run out, she wants to move with the child to Georgia, and the Los Angeles court has denied her request to do so. So she's looking for a way around that. A psychologist has been appointed as the custody evaluator in the Los Angeles case, and he's been conducting an investigation. The case will be going to final trial there later this year, but petitioner doesn't want to wait for that trial. She's already absconded to Georgia with the child multiple times. She's forum shopping, trying to find a court that will let her circumvent the orders of the Los Angeles court. And this is important. The most recent order from the Los Angeles court, the same court that heard and denied petitioner's first request for a TPO, that order awards my client sole physical and sole legal custody of the child. Petitioner is awarded supervised visitation. Petitioner was ordered to deliver the child to my client on April 22nd at the Sacramento Police Department. And the order provides that if she fails to deliver the child, the Los Angeles District Attorney Child Abduction Unit is appointed to locate the whereabouts of the child, take possession of the child, and deliver the child back to my client. Petitioner failed to deliver the child on April 22nd. Instead, she went on the lam with the child and 3 days later filed her petition in this case. So she and the child are currently in hiding. She has been withholding the child from my client since February 23rd, despite the valid court order granting my client sole legal and physical custody. He's not been able to see his son in over 2 months. So we're asking this court to issue an order domesticating the April 22nd California order, a certified copy of which was filed along with our motion to dismiss, so that my client can work with law enforcement here to retrieve his son. And so more court and law enforcement resources will have to be devoted to this, all because petitioner wants to keep the party's child away from his father and is trying to pit one court against another so that she can get away with that. We're asking that her case be dismissed and that petitioner be ordered to pay all of the attorney's fees that my client has been forced to incur in defending against petitioner's latest attempt to evade the California court orders. And we're asking for those under both 1913-4A10 and 915-14.
Ms. Holmes, now it's your turn to respond to her motion. Okay, so this isn't you making your case. This is you responding to her motion of the orders in California and things like that. Go ahead.
Yes, and I will also attach the additional evidence. First, I wanted to say that the things that she is saying is definitely hearsay. I have spoken to all law enforcement in Sacramento. I have spoken to the Child Abduction Unit in Los Angeles. I would like to start by saying I would never relitigate the same issue. The violence that happened on February 6th, when I immediately came here, my ex-husband has manic issues of violence. He is known to be violent. and I had a history of him being violent. On February 6th, when he harmed our son, I told the Sacramento police that we were fearful because he has broken into my house and abused me before. I said that we were fearful, and that's also provided in the police report from even 2017 that I sent in evidence. The police told me that it was okay. That
Objection to hearsay, Your Honor.
Okay, but I can't hear what.
I have a police report. And
okay, so hold on. Hold on. Okay, so what you need to respond to is like her motion. It's
okay.
It's not testimony about anything that's happened, so I can't hear anything else anybody else said.
Okay, so when we were transferred, we came from California to Georgia on the 6th, and then we're made to come back. DFAX was even contacted. He contacted me and told me if I didn't return back to California, he was going to find a way to take RJ and have somebody harm me. We came back and then we litigated there. Los Angeles County does not have jurisdiction over the original violence or any at all, because he doesn't live in Los Angeles County. The only person that is forum shopping to make sure that the violence is heard in a venue that is beneficial to them is Rashawn Holmes. He is an athlete that feels like he is above the law and can get his way. He is on record violating orders. We have final orders that we fought for. The person that is making these orders for, as far as the orders for April 22nd, those orders were made after he already threatened to call the child abduction unit in Los Angeles, and I called them first. Rashawn does not live in Los Angeles and never has had a lease in Los Angeles. I used to live in Los Angeles. I've been a resident of Georgia since November. The person that made those orders is a private mediator that gets paid $2,000 an hour by my ex-husband. He is a mediator to the stars, and he is known for getting rich men their way. Rashawn lied to the Sacramento court. When I did do the domestic violence restraining order on March 9th, I contacted the district attorney's office before I even did so, because and her saying that he hasn't seen Rashawn and RJ in 2 months is not true, because after the 6th, I complied and let RJ go again from the 20th to the 23rd of February. So he returned again after the abuse that happened on February 6th. And when he returned back to me, he said that he was still afraid to go and that his father—
Objection to hearsay.
Yeah,
no, we have CPS workers.
I can't hear what they said. You just have to state factual things.
Okay, factual things is that my son came home and said that he was—
Objection to anything that the child said.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, so what she's talking about are court orders. You know,
okay, so and the court order from March 9th was made after there was more alleged violence based on the things that was said to me by my child. I then took that information to the proper venue. The police in Sacramento told me that—
Objection to hearsay.
All right, so I can't hear what the police said.
Okay, yes, but I was under the belief that I had jurisdiction in Sacramento, and so did the judge on March 9th for the additional violence that took place. And they issued me a restraining order. This motion to dismiss is what he always does, because he has the money to get a lawyer and submit anything into the court. He tried to motion to dismiss the March 9th DVRO 3 times, and the judge— exactly what we're doing now, and the judge dismissed it. When we did finally go to court on March 30th for extending the DVRO, he lied and told the Sacramento, California court, which is in our orders, that he does not live in Sacramento, even though that's where he currently is and that's where he was served. So forum shopping, in order to get the forum in your proper, where you want it to be heard, you lied to the court and told them that you did not live in Sacramento, and you do.
Don't talk to him.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And in order to— one second. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So in an effort to continue to get his way, I'm sorry, I had to move around because my son was in an effort to get his way. He is doing the same thing that he did in Sacramento because he just doesn't want the violence to be heard. So after March 30th, he was him and his family began attacking me in media, and we were told that it is totally okay for us to go back to our home in Georgia. We were only there on visitation purposes. After March 30th, after he lied and told the
Okay, y'all, I got to pause it. I had to pause it. Like, do she not understand what the hell hearsay mean? She steady keeps saying, he said, she said. This is my thing about this young lady right here. Right now, she's in Atlanta, Georgia. The allegations that she's talking about as far as domestic violence with her ex-husband happened in Los Angeles. Why are you bringing a case from Los Angeles to Georgia? You know what I mean? It's going to come to it in a minute. So basically she doing all of this talking, when, what the reason that they're in this courtroom from the get-go is, she has no proof of nothing that he actually did. Basically, it's like she doing all of this talking for no apparent reason. If y'all notice, you see the body language of the ex-husband's attorney. She's so over it at this point.
Judge that he did not live in Los Angeles. We spoke to the California domestic violence advocate for the Secretary of State, and I filled out a good cause notification, and I filled out a safe at home program with which is a domestic violence program in California, in order to make sure that I lawfully came back to my home in Georgia. We were in domestic violence shelter from March 30th. I even gave him the opportunity to meet with RJ, with a mediator to speak about the things that RJ was saying about what happened to him. He refused. He is only interested in controlling me, controlling RJ, and controlling the situation. Also, the violence has taken place here. A DFACS worker came to speak to RJ separately, and this is about my 6-year-old saying that he is afraid. And if that wasn't the situation, then the DFACS worker wouldn't have issued us a safety plan. Also, the police, the Sandy Springs police and the Fulton County police were contacted. I showed them those orders, and the orders from a private mediator that is privately paid on a fiduciary in a fiduciary fashion by one party. Those are not orders by a superior court judge. That is not a superior court judge. I complained to the commissions on judicial performance, and I filled out a appellate and a motion to dissolve the stipulation. What we're in is a mediated stipulation by a hired neutral who is not supposed to be making changes to our stipulation, as you see from the letter that I received from the
So she's also claiming that her son, their son, is terrified of his father at the same time too. She, from the domestic violence allegations that happened in Los Angeles.
Judicial commissions of performance. He is not a judge. He is not a member of the bench, and he is not a member. And the orders that he creates are paid orders by $2,000 an hour. The stipulation, that is the only thing that the evidence that I wasn't able to provide. This and he is blatantly. If I've done something wrong, it's because I'm just trying to protect our son, who says that he's afraid of you. He is actively lying in order to, I'm sorry. He is actively and purposely go forum shopping in order to get out of each court. He lied to the Sacramento court to say, oh, I don't live here. And now here he is saying, oh, a superior court judge. If I called the Los Angeles court, and they know nothing about these orders. This is a mediator that is a mediator to the stars. He gets paid hourly by my ex-husband in order to give his way. If he stops giving his the mediator that made these orders about abduction And this mediator has also done all different types of unlawful practices in order to give my ex-husband his way, because he is a rich athlete that feels like everything is supposed to go their way.
But my thing is, if he got full custody, why did you take the child from Los Angeles and move all the way to Atlanta anyway? Like, for what? And now now he haven't seen this baby in months.
Their way. I have been in compliance with everything. We have been divorced since 2019. I have been in compliance with everything that lawfully that I was supposed to do. I would never do anything unlawful because I don't even have the millions of dollars to fight in court. He does. What I'm saying is true and provable down to each letter with a piece of evidence. Lord. I wasn't able to provide all the evidence this morning. I was planning on doing all of that before the 13th, but to say that the violence didn't happen in Georgia, it absolutely has. He and his family members are on a line actively threatening me, showing guns, and I have text messages of him threatening my life the day that I served him. I served him. And he was served to the best of my ability. I served the document that I received after our hearing on Monday. I also checked with domestic violence advocacy here just to make sure that what I'm doing cannot be considered forum shopping, because that's not something that I would ever want to do. He is the one that now provided evidence saying that this Superior Court judge ordered, the Los Angeles Superior Court knows nothing about the orders that the mediator, Thomas Trent Lewis, has issued. Thomas Trent Lewis is not a member of the bench, and the orders that he has created, he is a neutral hired by a law firm.
So this says that Judge Lewis is retired.
He is retired. He is not a judge.
Well, so I mean, you can tell by my accent, I'm not a California lawyer, and don't think I practice law in California. Wouldn't even try to practice law in California. But I will tell you that there are retired judges and senior judges here in Georgia that would take some offense to saying that they're not real judges. So,
I'm just, I apologize, Judge. Definitely.
No, I'm just saying. So this.
I'm speaking in terms of this case. He is not. I'm sure he spent time on the bench. He is a retired judge.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And it looks like. But so let me kind of get you back on track. All right, if you don't mind, Ms. Simpson,
please.
Okay. So it looks like these are orders that are signed. That have been submitted. Findings after a hearing, federal custody support. They're orders that has his electronic signature, and it looks like they were sent to a couple different lawyers.
Yes.
One of these lawyers, yours. So it was on one's January the 3rd. There's another one that was April the 22nd. So tell me, what is it that you have to say about the April the 22nd? Because the way I'm reading this, you correct me if I'm wrong. Because like I said, I like to tell people, I know when I open my mouth.
No,
you gotta keep your camera on, Mr. Holmes. Hold on, wait on Mr. Holmes, because we don't know if he's there, and he's got to keep his camera on. Because this is akin to walking out of my courtroom when you turn your camera off.
Your Honor, I don't know what's going on with my camera. I'm still here.
Did you get a phone call? Sometimes you got to. You got to like.
No, ma'am. I went on mute and the video cut off, and I'm hitting to start the video now, and it's not starting.
All right. Does it do that if I say ask to start video? There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, no, sir. That's fine. So I'm looking at this April 22nd order. Okay. Are you familiar with it?
Yes.
Okay. So it was electronically signed by Judge Lewis on April 22nd. And in here, okay, so this is where I'm kind of having some, because I can call out, I don't know what time it is out there, but I can call out there. It says, let's see, I want to make sure if you got it in your hand, let's see. Okay, there's a case number. You're the petitioner. Mr. Holmes is the respondent or plaintiff and defendant. So it says, respondent shall select 3 professionals and monitors to provide said names to you. You shall then choose 3 of those professionals and monitors that you may use for your visitation. So it looks like at some point, you're supposed to have supervised visits and pay supervisor. Right? I'm sorry,
Yes.
he's going to pay supervisor. So this was on the 22nd.
Yes, and that was made.
So this was, and it's signed by Judge Lewis. Okay, so hold on, back up. Wait, listen, go back. Sorry, these are all scanned in. Let me get back to. Oh, there it is. Okay, it's marked. All right. So findings after a hearing. There was a hearing. The hearing proceeded at April the. Can we share my screen so you can see where I'm at?
No, I can see. I know what you're.
Okay. So it says it was April the 21st at 8 a.m. Good for Judge Lewis getting up there. I like it. All right. So 8 a.m. Let's see, Ms. O'Brien appeared at 8 a.m. on behalf of you, filed the substitution of counsel because you said you wanted to, I guess that's pro se, but pro per. So you wanted to represent yourself. So there's modification, custody and parenting time. Here it said that sole legal and sole physical custody was awarded to Mr. Holmes.
Yes. And after I contacted the family, the Stanley Moss Family Court in Los Angeles, and also contacted the district attorney's office in Los Angeles, orders that are made by a private mediator fiduciary, he cannot change our final orders. They're supposed to be a neutral, and he does not have.
This is a court order. So I mean, like I said, I wasn't there. It says this is a court order. So that was a hearing.
And that was made, and it's because, and mind you, you know, the defendant does pay Judge Lewis. And the night before that happened, I made them aware that we were in a domestic violence shelter and how we were being treated was unfair. And I will be alerting the presiding judge that presides over this stipulation, because everything that is put in our stipulation, and if there are changes made, is supposed to go through the actual Stanley Moss Family Court. When we have Zoom court, they're similar to meetings. So when that was his attempt to, the night before, I emailed them and told them that we were in a domestic violence shelter, and that you know, I was still being threatened, because of course the defendant is not going to say what he's been doing.
But if all of this stuff happened up in one state, how do you go to another state trying to bring on a case that's currently open in another state from a whole nother judge? She's too damn smart for her own good, and she sound crazy. This judge can't do nothing about whatever happened up in what happened in Los Angeles. She is in Atlanta right now.
And it even down to the violence that took place with our son.
Let me see what's so. I don't know what kind of athlete he is. I don't care.
But really that was his attempt. You know,
look here, I don't care. Famous, I'm famous. I'm a big deal. In Atlanta, I'm a big deal. Okay? So he ain't a big deal. Ain't nobody out here a big deal but me. I'm kind of a big deal. All right?
Yes. And once
I guess he's hold on. He's probably tall, so he probably plays basketball. And I'm not impressed with that. I'll tell you why I'm not impressed with that, because I have played basketball longer than LeBron James, but it doesn't mean he's better than me. Okay? So bring LeBron out here and I'll whip him too. And I played basketball longer than him. So don't mean he's better than me. Okay. So all that athlete stuff, I don't care.
And I'm glad you said that, Your Honor, because honestly, we can't act like that aspect doesn't exist, because that is one of the reasons why I'm getting threatened. And that's one of the reasons why he wants to stay in private court, because once the violence.
So I don't care. So don't worry about talking about money. I don't care. I don't care about that. I don't care who he is. And, you know, I'll meet you on the basketball court for Holmes. I'll tell you. But I'm just telling you. Okay. That's it. So I don't care about it. What I care about are these allegations of violence. And like Ms. Simpson had brought up, when has Mr. Holmes been to Georgia and commit? Because here's the thing. something has to have happened in Georgia. So when's Mr. Holmes been to Georgia and been to Georgia and committed acts of violence?
Yes, and what I'm going off of for that is I look to see, does he have ties in Georgia? Does he work here? And did the violence happen in Georgia? He absolutely has threatened me. I've received the threatening here.
But has he been to Georgia to threaten you?
And he also put a tracking device in RJ's bag that we had to get rid of. And his RJ's he gave him an iPad, and he was tracking our every move, which is how he knew exactly where we were February 6th. So the violence, and when
you were in court on April the 21st, you were there, right? Yeah, were you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you heard this judge say all this, right?
Yes. But
right.
I knew that it was based on the judge. That mediator and private judge and Rashawn are friends. He pays the bill. And when I emailed to the night before that court, expressing that I believe that, you know, the judge just wanted to, or the mediator, it's his job to give Rashawn his way, because he's the one that's footing the bill. And Rashawn is just actively trying to save face, because now the private court is how he can keep his history of abuse quiet. Once things came to public in Sacramento, that's when he began, things were in the media, and the threats came harder, and he was upset. He is trying to keep things in the private sector, which only happens in California, New York, and Nevada, where you can even have a private mediator make changes to your stipulation. But that's what he's trying to do, because he wants to protect his brand. He wants to protect things like that. He doesn't want things to be able to be seen in the public specter of the court. But if there is allegations of abuse, it should not be covered up by any private court process. I'm never anything that
I'm just trying to get you back focused on what has happened in Georgia.
Yes. So what has happened in Georgia, and that's why I immediately contacted law enforcement here. If I was wrong, law enforcement, and I will comply. If I'm wrong right now, I will comply. All I'm doing is trying to protect RJ. So
I understand. And on here, you're important, he's important, but this child is important. So, you know, so Ms. Simpson, do you have some contact information for these folks out in LA? The child abduction.
I've not spoken with the child abduction unit in Los Angeles. I have contacted law enforcement here, and I've been in contact with his attorney in California. Not that it's important to the issues before us, but I've been looking for it. I do have a document that Ms. Holmes signed agreeing to Judge Lewis being appointed as the private judge in this matter. As I understand it from Mr. Holmes' counsel in California, that is permissible in California to have a private judge appointed to make decisions in your case. The certified court order from the Superior Court of Los Angeles County issued by Judge Lewis is a valid court order. But again, that doesn't have anything to do with this case and whether or not the violence that Ms. Holmes is alleging actually occurred in Georgia, which it didn't. And you've asked her several times, and she's not giving you a straight answer about anything that's happened in Georgia. That my client has come to Georgia to commit any kind of family violence. So,
tell me about that.
Rest again on my motion to dismiss.
Your Honor, I just wanted to make sure that I made it clear that I am saying that when I have contacted the Los Angeles County.
Focus with me. What acts of violence has he committed here?
The harassment, the threats, the stalking of having a tracking device in our son's bag. And even as now, this is our safe place. This is our home. When so the acts of violence that took place here, the moment that RJ was hit, RJ came here with a bloody knot on his head. And here, his father is actively threatening, even with this mediator, trying to, but actively even texting me. Him and his family or saying things, threatening and harassing me online, and not to mention his fans, who he insulted me on his Twitter and has his fans attacking me daily, sending me death threats, calling me a gold digger. He is him and his family are actively saying, "I'm gonna get you." Insulting me, calling, "I'm gonna get you. You have to deal with us." That's what his family is saying, that I'm gonna get you. You have to deal with us. And this is, I expressed these things, and for the thing of forum shopping, I told DFACS this. I told the police this. I even told the police the orders that were made by the mediator.
Well, ma'am, if his family doing this, they the ones you should have up in court, not have him up in court. She still ain't said what this man did to her up in Georgia. I'm still waiting.
On the fiduciary standpoint, they said that I have.
Okay, when has he been here? How many times has he been here? Besides,
he comes here often throughout the year. He used to have a property out here, and he comes here at least 4 to 6 times a year. He has a W-2. He has a Georgia W-2.
Okay, so
that has nothing to do with family violence.
He probably plays here, whatever. So, but what when he's been here, like, what has happened here is what I'm trying to.
Most of the things that have happened here have been electronic. With the, like I said, the stalking, the harassment, the harassment and the stalking happened physically, because he physically placed an item in our son's bag in order to track us. Then the harassment.
When was that allegedly done?
That was in February.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's February of this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha. So let's back. So have you been to court in Los Angeles, Sacramento, wherever, California, on that issue?
On that issue, no, only about the violence to my son's head.
So you never brought up the tracker?
Well, I mean, I brought it up, but that was in addition to, like,
It wasn't even no tracker, y'all. It was a doggone iPad. If he turned the doggone y'all know what I'm saying. If he had that on the device, all she had to do was go through it and turn it off. That wasn't no doggone tracker. Oh, she's so weird. She really trying to state a case that has nothing to do with this state at all. It's nothing that they can actually do about what happened in another state.
I definitely brought it up, but that was in addition to, I want to make sure that I'm being completely truthful. I brought it up, but that wasn't the reason, like saying, because I had bigger things to worry about, which is the violence. So I definitely brought up that we were being tracked, and as well as my previous lawyer brought up that that is stalking and harassment, that he put a iPad in order with the Find My iPhone on it so that he can know exactly our every move. And then the threats, I have the text message, the threat text messages, as well as his mother tweeting and said, "You're gonna deal with me."
But that's his mother. I just need to know about him and violence.
Oh, him. Well, I've received text on the day that I served him. I received a text saying, "Just wait." Threatening text. I have that, and I submitted that as well. And that's what I have. I've sent those things as well. And when the DFACS worker did come and speak to RJ alone for 30 minutes.
DFACS where? DFACS where?
Not DFACS. I'm sorry. Here, Georgia.
Okay. So okay, got you right there. Okay. So, what's your court date on that?
Oh, it's an investigation. DFs.
No, I get it. I did, because I sit down in juvenile court. So here, let me show you how juvenile court works. Okay. Somebody makes a complaint. DFACS goes out and investigates, and then if it rises to the level of need to be looked at, you get a court date. So that's what I'm curious. What's your court date?
I'm not aware of my court date, Your Honor. I just
when did you make the report with DFACS? That was
Thursday. I want to say the 19th or the 18th, or the 19th. And And this, I also provided this in our evidence. The safety plan that was made by my caseworker was made on the 20th.
All right. So I got to focus you back on what has happened physically here in Georgia, because you said he did this in February, since that would have meant you would have been back in California. So what's happened here?
The threats, the stalking, and the harassment, the tracking device, and the threats on my life.
But he's called you on the phone. But he's called you on the phone, or somebody's tweeted or snapped or whatever they did. They've done that, okay? But I want to know what. Tell me what you have to turn. This is a court order. This is what and what Ms. Simpson said is that you're forum shopping, coming here because you don't like the court order that Judge Lewis did April the 22nd.
If you call,
it ain't no domestic violence, ma'am. She trying her best. Lord have mercy. She need to go get her some business. Where her son at? Girl, go check on the baby. Just go say, hold on. Go check on the baby. Get you a little breather. Don't start over. Just hurry up and end it.
Already put in a motion to dissolve that stipulation. If you call the Superior Court family, if you call the family court right now, they will tell you they know nothing about these orders. I promise you. If you call the family court, not Judge Lewis, not signature resolutions that Judge Lewis looks for, they will tell you that it doesn't even look like we have gone to court since 2019, because that's the last time we went to public court in the actual family court realm. And when I called,
I think Ms. Simpson said she submitted a certified copy to the clerk's office. So certified copies are when orders have been filed, they go to the clerk's office, and she paid money. He went by there, had somebody go by, somebody went by, got it, got a little stamp, a little seal, sent it to her. So she filed a certified copy here. So these are filed in there in Los Angeles. So somebody's not being completely honest with you or not looking deep enough. So see, it says at the top of it where it says electronically filed by Superior Court of California, Los Angeles, 4/22 at 2:17 p.m. Sherry R. Carter, Executive Officer Clerk by S. Baraja, Deputy Clerk. So it's like here, when Ms. Free files something, it gets that same exact thing on there electronically. So these records are in the clerk's file out there in Superior Court in Los Angeles. So
yes, and when
I'm still kind of trying to focus you back here because I still want to waste anybody's time. And since you don't have a lawyer, I'm really trying to give you a lot of leeway. I know Ms. Simpson's getting frustrated with me, but she understands. So I just want to know what he's done here.
Yes, ma'am.
Because since April the 22nd, a judge, paid for judge, retired judge, brand new judge, whatever judge, because they do, I know they do, because they got all these, out there, they do this, private thing and people agree to it. So
she just threw all the doggone Los Angeles judges under the bus. She trying to make it like they was bribing and everything. So they don't know nothing about public this, that, girl.
And here we kind of call it like arbitration and things like that. So we'll do some things like that here, or judicially hosted settlement conferences. But what I'm wondering here is April 22nd, you were there, or April 21st, this order was issued on the 22nd. So why did you come back to Georgia and bring the child here?
I was already there. I was already here. I contacted all law enforcement. I was already here, and I was told that it was okay for me to come here.
Who told you that?
In our police report. I told the police that we were coming here, and I filled out a safe at home and a good form notification because we were in a domestic violence shelter. Okay,
so you've alleged these same things in a couple different counties there.
No, not the same things. The harassment text messages, these are new. I would never just keep doing the same thing. I'm just trying to let you know the history of violence. But these exact things that I'm arguing with you have not been argued in Sacramento, as far as the harassing, and the threatening, because he just wants to be able to control and have me be in a place where he's not even going to be, because he's about to get traded. But you want us to be able to travel around with a child that has ADHD, and that you is saying that you harmed him and is afraid of you. And when the DFCS worker came and spoke to RJ alone, she put a plan in place saying that there is present.
Objection. I'm going to object to hearsay as to what the defects worker said or put in a safety plan.
I've provided the safety plan for you all as well.
I still object to hearsay.
I got a feeling this defects worker hasn't reached out to Miss Simpson or to Mr. Holmes.
She has reached out to Mr. Holmes, and Mr. Holmes has not.
We don't know that because she's not here.
Oh, okay. I was just letting you know. She did tell me that she.
Objection to what she said.
So if we could get you back on, is there anything specific that he has done here? Did he come here and sit outside of your house? Did he come here and follow you around? Did he come here and stand in your front yard and scream at you? Did he come here trying to track you down?
Yes. Well, not physically. He just I'm just gonna tell you the truth, and if it, that's the truth. Yeah. Okay. And so the truth is that he has threatened my life via text message, and that he has threatened to take RJ and have me never see RJ again, and he has tracked us and stalked us here, and that's what I have for here in Georgia. And
how old is RJ?
6 years old, and he has ADHD and on the autism spectrum.
Okay, so where is he at right now?
He's with me.
Okay. Well, I mean, can you, if I put this in a breakout room, can you put him on the camera?
Absolutely.
All right. So I can talk to him, Miss Simpson. You have any objections with me talking to him?
Nope.
Miss Simpson?
I don't.
Okay.
One moment, I'm getting him right now.
Okay, and then when you hand him the phone, I want you to leave the room, because I will put him in a breakout room and I want to talk to him all by myself.
Sounds good. I'll do that right now. I'm gonna just put you in his room. How's that?
Oh, okay.
Do you want me there as well, Your Honor?
Yeah, you can stay. You can stay here. I'm just gonna chat with him. See.
One moment. RJ, honey. RJ, honey, come here, baby. Come here, please.
This is the most emotion you done seen this man have ever since. He just want to see his baby. That's all he want. He just want his baby. That's it.
Madam Court reporter, we'll go off the record for a second. I will.
Hi, friend.
Big boy.
Are you gonna let him hold the phone for me? Or sit
Yes,
him
I'm about to put him.
All right, I'm gonna
What's
put us.
up, big boy?
Put us in the breakout room.
No, please sit down. Here.
Hey, RJ.
What
RJ,
up, big boy?
Tell him, Dad. Tell him to be cool. Talk with me for a second.
Honey, please come and sit down and talk. Please.
I'm sorry, I ain't seen him in so long. He got so big on me.
He ran away because he doesn't like to talk on the phone to his dad. You see me chasing him.
Okay.
RJ, please.
Here, I'll put us in the breakout room so he won't be able to.
Because he's, like I said, he's actively afraid of his father.
All right, join the breakout room. Hit the little thing to join the breakout room. Be back, Mr. Holmes. Miss Simpson, Madam Court reporter.
Mm-mm. Instantly went into tears.
She should come back in here. He's kind of shy. I showed him some magic. There he is. I showed him some magic.
There you go. There's mommy's friend. You can talk to her, and I'll give you a peppermint.
Okay. We outside of the breakout room, though. You wanted to see my magic again, RJ? You ready?
I'll get you a peppermint.
All right, I got it. I'm going to be showing everybody my magic, though. Okay. Well, this is like the Wizard of Oz. I'm pulling back the curtain. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, what's this? Boom. Uh-oh, let's see. There we go. That was magic, right, RJ?
Yeah.
All right. You gonna learn how to do that?
Yeah.
All right. I want to see it when you do it. And your grandma is my superhero too, and I bet you grandma bought you that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grandmas are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. You can put your mom back on here.
Okay, Kilo. You all set? Yeah. You just say thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, RJ.
Can I go play now? You can go play now.
Play.
Yeah.
Can I go with you, RJ?
You're
Can I go
welcome.
with you to play? That's what I'm asking.
How about Kilo? Are you sure? Because once, are you sure that because once he gets back in that yard, it's gonna be hard to wrangle him back in.
I'm good. We'll go. Okay. We'll go back on the record, Miss Wilby. So here's what I want you to do, Miss Holmes. I'm trying to get in touch with California.
Mommy, I watched iPad last night. I'm so sorry. It's okay. Please don't watch iPad at night again. It's okay. Mommy's gonna talk to her friend now. But your turn. My turn. How about Kilo? Our dog. He can talk to friend too. Okay, go ahead and play with him. Come on, Kilo. Sorry, I'm going to the other room now.
That's okay.
Tiana, is there any way I can talk to him? I just ain't.
Oh yeah, you can talk to him. RJ, you want to talk to your dad? No. You sure? You want to talk to Daddy? No. Why not? No, here you go.
See, she was wrong for that, first of all, because first of all, the daddy wasn't even talking to her. He talking to the judge. You see how she just hurry up and just, oh, you want to talk to your daddy? She already knew how that baby was gonna react. She knew exactly how that baby was gonna react. She seen how he reacted the first time. Why would you do some mess like that? Look at everybody's face. They just like, wow. Like, yeah, your ass, you've been talking to that baby. You've been doing the whole most with that baby.
No. We won't do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna let him. All right. I put you on mute, Miss Holmes. Okay, so you need a second, Mr. Holmes? You need a second, Mr. Holmes?
Is there any way I can talk to him? I just ain't.
Oh yeah, you can talk to him. RJ, you want to talk to your dad? No. You sure? You want to talk to Daddy? No. Why not? No, here you go.
No. We won't do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna let him. All right. I put you on mute, Miss Holmes. Okay, so you need a second, Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes, you can turn off your camera and take a second if you'd like. Ms. Simpson, have you had any luck getting in touch with Judge Lewis for me?
I was able to contact the attorney in California who's emailing him now. She said that she thinks his staff doesn't get in until 8 a.m. out there, and it's 7:48 right now. So
How about then we take like a 10-minute break, okay? Can we put you and your client in a breakout room?
Sure, that'd be great.
All right, let's see, there's you and, we'll put you, your client in a breakout room.
Okay, yeah.
And then, so we'll take a 10-minute break, Ms. Holmes. You may have to call him and tell him to swap over to the breakout room.
Your Honor.
So since Ms. Holmes and Mr. Holmes, I'm just gonna drag this out just a wee bit longer. Mr. Holmes, I don't know your schedule, so you can chat with Ms. Simpson, see if I want a social worker to chat with RJ since I couldn't get a lot out of him. So when could you be here, Mr. Holmes? And Ms. Simpson, you're here. Don't worry about that. Yeah. Unless you plan on flying, when could you be here?
I'm out of season, so I can come to Atlanta whenever it's required now.
Available tomorrow.
I don't know if he could get here by tomorrow.
I can be there by tomorrow, Your Honor. My only question, Your Honor, is does this mean do I get to see him at any point during this, or do I still have to stay away?
Well, I'm just going to figure Ms. Holmes will bring the rest of her documents. I'm going to finish looking at Ms. Simpson's documents. If she has anything else, she'll send it to me, and just waiting to hear back from that court out there in California. So, but I'd rather Dr. Taylor talk to him since that's where she's trained in.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, that'll be better. So I guess you should probably, sorry. I mean, I hope it's not head to the airport now. Maybe you and Ms. Simpson can make a plan. And I will see y'all at 8:30, and we'll do an order, and we'll send it that they will let you folks both in at 8:30. So that means you can get at the courthouse, 136 Pryor Street, Mr. Holmes. They will let y'all in early, but you got to have my order with you, okay?
And is there a physical copy of the order or an email copy?
An email copy is going to be fine. Well, so we'll email you a copy, just print it out, and the deputies will be, in the morning, I'll give a copy to the deputies, and the deputies will be expecting you, and Dr. Taylor will be there. If she could just swoop RJ up and go talk to him while we have the rest of our little hearing. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
In the beginning of this hearing, I couldn't stop laughing. But, by the end, I couldn't stop crying. Seeing Dad cry just broke my heart. Dad is supposed to have custody of this child, and the mother took off with him and skipped state. I'm sorry that I don't have an ending for you. But, I hope Judge Manning was able to help this dad, because I don't believe anything the mother said, and what's worse is that it sounds like the mother manipulated the child against the dad. This hearing definitely took a turn that I wasn't expecting. Let me know your thoughts on this hearing in the comments section below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Okay, y'all, this the let me make sure y'all can hear me. Okay. This is the next one. So this one right here, it actually has like 3 cases. Now, if y'all thought that was something, just wait till y'all see this one. This next one right here, y'all. Yeah, it really was. That was sad. She definitely manipulated that baby like that. And she had that, the facial expressions, and she was just like emotionless. Real talk. She was wrong for that. Okay, here we go. We're finna get started, y'all. Next case.
Miss Bernie, how did that go?
It didn't.
Okay.
And so,
Right.
weren't really able to make any progress. So I think the court is going to have to hear at least from Mr. Johnson. He had some procedural, I guess, concerns as well as, concerns related to the petition. So.
Okay. All right, Mr. Johnson, Ms. Johnson, if you both raise your right hands for me, take yourself off mute. All right, you swear affirm testimony you're about to give in this petition for a TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Ms. Johnson?
I do.
Mr. Johnson?
I affirm.
All right, is it just the two of you or is there any witnesses, Ms. Bernie?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, what about you, Mr. Johnson?
We're allowed to use witnesses in this case?
Do you have any witnesses?
I do.
Where are they?
Right here.
They can't be in the same room with you. Are they going to have firsthand knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, we'll hold them to the, send them out of the room. They can't be in there with you.
Out of the room. Out of the room.
All right, Ms. Bernie, you want to waive opening and just go straight into testimony?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I think we probably need to take up Mr. Johnson's procedural issue regarding service.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Johnson. I'll hear from you. Go ahead.
Well, my issue was I never was properly notified about any of this or anything going on. I didn't know about the procedure or anything. I came to my home and there was a piece of paper lying on the ground, and I looked at it and saw it had my name on it and a court date. And so I was real confused about that. I immediately contacted my lawyer and told her that I saw something and didn't know about it or whatever, didn't know what it was about, or, just by happenstance saw something on the ground. And I was like, is this something serious? Is whatever? And my girlfriend.
I want to hear about your girlfriend.
No, I'm saying she read through the document to me. You know what I'm saying? And read through it and looked through it or whatever. I never actually looked at the document and stuff myself. So she read through it, showed me what's going on, told me the content of it and stuff like that. And
why didn't you read it? Why didn't you read it? Why didn't you read it?
Because I don't want to read anything that I'm not supposed to have or I don't know about. So because it wasn't placed, anything wasn't given.
Okay, so according to this affidavit, which too bad you should have read it, according to Mr. Braisman, he personally served you.
He did not.
4:45.
He did not. Nobody personally served me anything. According to him, it was a blatant lie.
Okay, well, according to him, he served it. It's filed here, and there's an affidavit for him that he did. So
I'm disputing that 100%.
Okay, well, do you have it here?
Served. You said what, ma'am?
Looks like it's a valid affidavit that he served you here.
That's fine. I'm telling you,
You found it on the ground because he said he placed it at your feet.
He did not. That is a lie, Your Honor. And I will testify to that unsworn on the earth oath that I never got anything.
I mean, you're testifying to it right now. He said it testified it near the hands and feet of you while located at. Looks like there's been proper service. So
that's completely untrue. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going forward. Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. What I was saying, that I went through that, and so you want me to discuss the contents of it, or how do you? I don't really understand how to proceed.
That's your only procedural question you had?
Yes, ma'am. I never received it. I just never served that order properly, and I did, so I wasn't aware about the court hearing. And it was something said about a previous court hearing or whatever where this was.
I don't know about that, but you're here. So how'd you get this Zoom link if you didn't know it?
Yes, ma'am. I saw it's on the front page. I saw the link, saw the thing. Like I said, my girlfriend picked it up and read it to me.
Okay, well, we're going forward with the hearing. So now would you like an opportunity to speak with Ms. Bernie or not?
You hear what he said? He said that he didn't know nothing about it, but he gave it to his girlfriend. His girlfriend read it to him, and he said something to me. It said something about a link. You just say you ain't know nothing. You ain't know nothing about it. And why would you, if somebody served you some papers, why would you sit up here and turn around with your name on it? You're gonna give it to your girlfriend to read it, but you didn't read it.
No, let's go forward with the hearing.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Bernie. He's all in.
All right.
Love it when we're all in. Let's go.
Ms. Johnson, you're married to Brian Johnson, is that correct?
That is correct.
Whoop, he said he had a girlfriend. There we go. We're going downhill right now.
And prior to May or June of 2021, how would you describe the status of your marriage?
So he's currently married with a whole girlfriend in a whole nother crib. All right. Y'all hear it. Here we go.
Well, very unstable. We were married in 2009, and in the first few years it was fine. But we had a lot of issues, a lot of control issues. And we just decided to part our ways, and he moved out, and he's been out for 3 years.
Okay, so he moved out 2018 or 19?
About 2018. It's been 3 years. So he moved out into June, July. I believe it was 2018.
Okay. And you all have lived in a bona fide state of separation since 2018?
That is correct.
Okay. And do y'all have any children together?
We have one daughter. She is 6 years old, Blair Johnson.
Okay. And you filed a TPO against Mr. Johnson, is that correct?
That is correct.
Did you have an opportunity to read the petition before it was filed?
I did.
Okay. And are the allegations contained in the petition true?
They are.
Okay. Let's take a minute and go through the petition. You stated in paragraph 4 on June the 6th that he came to the house and he took security cameras down.
That is correct. He does
Okay.
that. When he comes to the house, he takes down the security cameras that I have in place.
Okay. Was your daughter present during that time?
Sometimes she is, sometimes she isn't. At that particular day, she was not there.
Okay. All right. And then you also allege in your petition that in May that there was a physical altercation, and that's really what the court wants to hear about. So tell the court what happened.
He don't even live there. How you going to her house, taking down her security cameras? Look at him. Look at his face, y'all. He look like something wrong with him. Look at him.
So in May, Brian was upset that I was dating someone, and that person was doing my yard, doing the landscaping on the home that I still currently live in.
Which is the marital residence, right?
Yes, which is
the one that he moved from back in 2018.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Since 2018, I've been living there, maintaining the home, the residence, bills, everything. Then when a few weeks before that, I did explain to him, he came to the house. He was upset that somebody was doing the grass, the yard. He said, next time you need to let me know. You need to ask me for permission and tell me, ask me for permission, and I'll give you permission if someone could do the yard. So 2 weeks fast forward, I told him that the person I was dating was coming and he would be doing the yard. So he was aware, and I didn't ask for permission, but I did let him know. And so then the day came, and when he FaceTimed our daughter, he saw my friend's child, and I guess that alerted him that, hey, this guy must have stayed the night in the home. He then texted me that I was out of line, and the next thing I know, he's coming through the garage door. He didn't go, no ring the doorbell, just barging through the garage door, and he said, "Yeah, I need to talk to you right now." He, my friend walked outside. I guess Brian didn't notice. Brian came again. I said, "Where he at? I need to talk to him right now," And so then they proceeded and they went outside. They exchanged words to what I wasn't out there. I don't know what they said. It's just hearsay. Basically the gist of the conversation is hearsay, and what it was that he told him he could no longer stay in, he couldn't come to the home anymore. This is his home, and that my friend couldn't come anymore. My friend told him, "No, I am." So they had no physical altercation. So at that point in time, I guess when he asked my friend, "Are you comfortable now? You comfortable? You got enough space? You good? You good?" And so my friend said, "Yeah." And I think once he told Brian that he wasn't going anywhere, then Brian started to advance, and my friend took 2 steps back. He retreated, and then he showed Brian that he had a firearm. Like he lifted his shirt up or, showed his hip. And then Brian ran in the house and was screaming, cursing. And I guess in the midst of all of his, the excitement, the anger of the situation, he decided to punch holes in my bedroom walls.
Okay, so was it Brian that punched the holes in the wall?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so it sounded like from your testimony, you're saying that he took the first steps toward the other person that was at the house.
That is correct.
Okay. Was there any intervention by anybody? Were the police called?
The police were called. When the police came out, of course, when the police arrived, I was already outside with my friend. Brian came outside and told the police, what are you doing? I called him, talked to me. The police said, I got it, sir. And he proceeded to talk to my friend. Once he talked to him, he decided he wanted to talk to me as well to figure out what the situation was. And then another officer came and started to talk to Brian, and also Brian's girlfriend, who also came with him that day.
Okay.
They both, at that time, the cop pretty much said that, my friend was very much within his rights, because but they both got, Brian had received a simple assault charge, because, Brian felt threatened, but my friend also felt threatened. So he received a simple assault charge. And at that time, when
okay, hold on. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna see if the screen share work. Show you what I marked as Exhibit 1. You recognize this document? Can you see it? Is it on the screen?
Just your files on the screen. I don't see anything yet.
It says I'm sharing it.
You gotta click on, yeah. It's on, there you go. Now it is.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
What is it?
It's the police report.
Okay. And is this from the date that you were just describing in your testimony? Can you hear me? Oh, I think she froze.
Yeah, I think so.
Ms. Johnson?
Yeah, I think she froze up too.
I just sent her.
Yeah, she may have to come back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess this is the only bad thing about technology.
This is. The best thing is the mute button.
Okay, she's trying to reconnect.
Got her. You're on mute, Miss Johnson. There you go.
I'm here. I'm so sorry. My phone, the temperature got too hot on my phone.
Okay. So you identified this police report as from the incident that you were describing. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Move to admit.
Any objections, sir? Take yourself off mute. Any objections?
That this is a, you asked me if this is, do I agree that this is a police report?
Do you have any objections to this being admitted into evidence?
The police report, no, ma'am.
Okay, it's admitted.
All right. And for the court's information, the document is certified.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ms. Johnson, I'll also show you All right, can you see that, Ms. Johnson? You're on mute.
Yes, I can.
Okay. You recognize P2?
Yes.
And what is P2?
That is my bedroom and the 3 holes that Brian punched in the wall.
Okay. And are these true and accurate photos of what you just testified to?
Yes.
Okay. And can you see P3?
Yes.
Okay, and that's a close-up of the same holes that were punched in the wall? Okay.
That is correct.
All right. Move to admit P2 and P3.
Any objections? Any objections?
No, yeah.
Okay, it's admitted.
Okay. Now, Ms. Johnson, in your petition, you also describe prior incidents of violence by Mr. Johnson. Can you tell the court what happened?
We had an incident about last June, I believe, where we had a disagreement over a used bike that he said that I knew where the whereabouts were, and I did not. So he told me I was a liar. He said, "I will kill you, bitch," which is normally, you know, when he's upset, that's what he says. He calls me trash. I'm weird. I'll kill you. During that incident, we were close up on each other's face. And he had his hand in my face and he spit on me. And like when he was so close, he was spitting on me. And when I moved his hand out of my face, and we started tussling on the steps. To protect myself, I did try to grab, like we were on the steps, so I tried to grab anything that was on the wall, and I started to hit him with it so he can get off of me. He pinned me down. I started to kick by anything to get myself from underneath him. He pinned me down to the ground. At that point, his cousin, our mutual friend, came out of the room and said, let her go, like she can't breathe, let her go, Brian, let her go. And she said, I tried to pull him off of me, and he didn't until she was like, Brian, like my heart, I can't take it, let her go. And then he finally let me go.
Okay, and that's what you described in paragraph 5 of your petition, where you said he threatened to kill you, he pinned you down with his forearm, it made threats to kill you, etc.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and were the police called at that time?
For that incident, no, ma'am.
Okay. And have you initiated any contact with Mr. Johnson since you filed this petition?
Since I filed this petition, no.
Okay. And has Mr. Johnson initiated any or made any contact since he was served with the petition?
He just, he had, since he's been served on Sunday, he did come to the residence on Monday to pick up a package from the home.
And this was after he was served?
Correct.
Okay. And tell the court what you want to tell the court about Mr. Johnson. Do you feel threatened by him in his presence?
I do feel threatened by him because I feel if something doesn't go his way, or he's not in control of me or the situation, then his behavior is very unstable. I'm very fearful because I don't know what he's going to do, when he's going to do it. I don't know what is going to upset him, what's not going to upset him. I can't even walk in my home without the alarm going off, so he can know when I'm home. There is, the trackers on our daughter's phone. So whenever she's with me, he knows exactly where we are at all times. It almost feels like I can't live my life without him knowing every single thing that I'm doing.
Okay. Now you've talked about the violence and the threats made against you. Has he exhibited any of this behavior towards your daughter?
No.
Okay. So you don't have any concerns that he will harm her. The real concern is towards you.
Right, none at all, none at all. Him and Blair loves her father, she loves him, that's never an issue.
Okay. Okay. And are you asking for the court to enter this temporary protective order?
Yes, I am.
Against him? Okay.
Yes,
and
I am.
you're not asking for the TPO to apply to your daughter Blair, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. What do you want the court to do with respect to Blair? Well, let me start here. Do y'all have any sort of parenting schedule in place already?
There's no schedule in place. It is some days I know when I'm going to keep her because he drops her off. We've been trying to communicate a schedule, but it's off and on. And even if it's my time with her, he'll still pop up to the house and have his time with her as well. And he said he can see his daughter anytime he wants to, and he can come to his house anytime he wants to. So even if it is something that we try to set in place a schedule, he'll pick her up and he'll spend time with her, even if it's my day or my time.
Okay. So basically he just does what he wants to do.
Yes.
Okay. And so are you asking the court to enter a sort of a temporary schedule?
Yes, I definitely want a schedule. There needs to be boundaries set in place. We need to respect each other's space and each other's time. Our child needs consistency. We need consistency, and that's what I would like. Okay,
and what schedule are you asking for the judge to put in place?
If we can have alternating weekends, would be fine. A Thursday to Sunday, and then Sunday to Thursday is what I would like to be in place.
Okay.
And for us to have a mutual a location where we don't have to see each other, party that can intervene and keep Blair in a public space, so that we don't have to be around each other.
Okay, well, the TPO is issued. You're not going to be allowed to have contact anyway. So what you're saying is you want designees to be able to do the exchange with Blair.
Yes.
Okay. And in your petition, you also asked for temporary child support. Has he been providing any child support at all for Blair right now?
He has not.
Okay. Tell the court how much. What is your current income? How much money do you make?
Currently, I make $30,000 a year.
Okay. What's your hourly rate? Is it?
$13.50, I believe.
Okay. Okay, is that on the screen? I'm sorry, I can't tell.
Yes, my pay. It's not. It's highlighted. It's just you just need to click on it.
Okay. I apologize. Sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. On my screen, it's open already.
I think you just need to drag the open file over to that screen.
Did that do it?
No, because what's showing is I think a couple of your clients' names.
Okay.
There you go. That must have opened in a different screen. drag whatever opened up over to in front of that.
Okay.
There you go. But it just had it.
Okay. Is it gone now? Or
Yeah, it's gone now. Where you just
Okay.
moved it, it was there.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I get this right. Sometimes I don't. Okay. Is it there now?
No, not yet.
Okay. What about now?
No.
Okay. I'll just have you testify to it. So your hourly rate is, you said, $13.50 an hour?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. Do you know what Mr. Johnson's income is?
I
Approximately?
do not know.
Okay.
I do not know.
All right. And you work approximately 40 hours a week?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson, you have any questions?
The questions, man?
Right. Any questions for her?
For Sharika or?
Yes.
Okay. Let me think about it for a second. I'm not very familiar with the court process, so I'm trying to kind of learn as I go and take in everything. I have a couple of. Is this the point in the trial where I can dispute what she says, or would I do that?
If you have any right now, if you have questions for her, you can ask her a question.
I don't have anything to answer.
All right. All right. Anything else, Ms. Bernie?
Sorry, I was muted. Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson. I'll hear from you.
All right. So, she covered a lot of ground and a lot of different things. If the court could just, as I take my time trying to remember everything that was said and all the allegations, I want to kind of run them down one by one. First off, majorly the problem with me being violent. I want to address that directly. I've never in my life touched her. I've never in my life put my hand on her. I didn't threaten her. I'll speak specifically to the incident that she directly responded to about there being a violent situation. I came in my home and just asked her where it was an exercise bike. It was during the pandemic. And so I was trying to stay in shape at home or whatever because the gyms were closed. So we had an exercise bike, and I asked her where's the exercise bike, because it was in the garage the last time I placed it. And then she said she didn't know where it was or whatever. And I was like, but it was here, like you had access to it or whatever. It was here, so where did it go? And she's like, I don't know. It was a long time ago. So I just asked her about the thing, and she started yelling at me. And she was all the way at the top of the stairs. I was at the bottom of the stairs. There may be 15, maybe 12, 13 stairs or whatever in the home, going from the first level to the second level. She came down all those stairs, and I went up. She came down 8 of those stairs. I went up 3 or 4. We met on a plateau in the middle. And I told her, I was like, stop yelling and screaming at me. You can't yell and scream at me. That's unnecessary. And as she began to continue to scream at me or whatever, she got in my face. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? I ain't scared of you. Like being very, very confrontational. I'm not in any way, shape, form, or fashion trying to have any type of physical altercation or anything with her. She kept screaming in my face, yelling in my face. I told her, stop yelling at me and get out of my face. She proceeded to grab a picture off the wall, hit me in the head and face with the picture, and cuts on my body. Then she started punching and screaming. I'm trying to grab her arm and restrain her from attacking me. She continued to hit me, punch me, kick me. As she did so, I restrained her arms by her wrist and stopped her from hitting me. Then she started kicking me. As she kicking me, I grabbed her legs and pinned her and got on top of her to stop her legs from kicking me and restrain her arms from hitting me. The third party who was in the home, who will not in any way, shape, form, or fashion, if we can subpoena her as a witness, validate any of her claims. The only person in the home who saw what was going on can testify, and I'm 100% for that. That third person say what they saw, whatever. But She did not have to tell me to do anything. She came and she was like, I talked to her the whole time. I was like, I got her. I'm just stopping her from hitting me. I'm restraining her from hitting me. I got her. I'm not hurting her. I'm not going to hurt her. I'm sitting on her legs and holding her arms because she's punching and kicking me. And I'm telling her, stop it, because I'm not about to get in any type of violent situation with a woman of any kind, because that's not my character. She then, as I was holding her arm, she bit a plug out of my stomach. I have pictures of that. Where she bit a plug out of my stomach, and I'm telling my cousin, I'm like, man, she's biting me and my cousin have a dialogue the whole time. I'm like, she just bit a plug out of my stomach. And then so I was like, Shay, get her and remove her. I do my best to avoid her. I don't like being around her in the same vicinity, in the same I don't like her in my personal space. I avoid her at all times because she has these delusional reactions and statements to things that I don't want any part of, because I know how this can look for a male. I know how this can look when a woman cries violence and stuff like that. I haven't done anything to her, so I make sure to keep myself out of those situations, but she initiates and engages me consistently. That's not the first time she hits me. She also assaulted me prior to that when I came to the house about another issue, and she hit me. And so she assaulted me at least 2 or 3 times. I don't file police reports about anything because that's not what I do. So I don't have it's not a police record about them, but she has definitely attacked me on multiple occasions as the aggressor or whatever, and I never do anything but restrain her. Ma'am, I am 6'2", 280 pounds. I'm a very large man. I do not have any type of youthful strength of any kind to do anything to that woman. So that's a blatant lie. And like I said, the third party who she claims would, as a witness the thing, told me verbatim that she does not agree with her account on the statement and would say so. The home, let's go back to the beginning like they did. The home was never vacated. Me and Ms. Johnson agreed in 2017 that our marriage was not working. It was not going anywhere. It was not processing, and we should mutually separate. In doing so, we cannot continue to cohabitate in the same space. So what I decided was I will go and get a secondary residence in addition to my home. In addition to the shared property, I will get a secondary apartment so we don't have to be up under each other and can live our own separate lives and do things the way we want it. I want my own space to be able to do what I want to do, not a space that's shared with her. Because I can't bring, if I want an entertaining company, I can't do that in a home that we both mutually own together. That's disrespectful if I bring a female or whatever in that home or whatever and try and have a relationship functioning out of that home. So I got my own separate place, a secondary location to be able to run as I see fit. And so in doing so, I never in any step or phase of this said, this is your home, I'm leaving it, I'm whatever. No, I still continue to come over daily or about every other day. I continue to sleep there. I continue to come take naps in the middle of the day. I will come pick up my child. I come and build, we come do posters, we do projects together. I'm in and out the house. I still maintain the property. I still cut the grass. I still service the yard man. I still have all my stuff stored there. I still have music equipment. I have clothes. I have gardening equipment. My grandparents are hanging on the wall. I still have my pictures of myself and my mother on the wall. I still fully have 100% access and use of that home. I still come over for dinners, for different things like that at times. Thanksgiving dinner, 2020, like that. I carved the turkey. We still jointly function at home. It has never been I totally removed myself from that situation and vacated it. I've never vacated that home. I still paid the mortgage on the home from 2018 until 2019 when me and Ms. Johnson mutually agreed.
So I really just want you to respond to the violence. You guys ain't got a divorce and y'all need one. I mean, I don't care about you paying the bills. I just want you to respond to the allegations of violence.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well, we'll go back to the violence. I never touched her. I didn't hit her at all. I did not curse her out or nothing. I didn't say anything to her out of the way. I did not put my hands on her physically. I did not touch her at all beyond restraining her wrist. from punching me. I was being assaulted and attacked violently, and to stop that, I'm being hit with a picture frame with glass. I'm being punched, I'm being kicked, and a plug was getting out of my stomach. And there's a witness there that saw all of this.
All right, you've said that twice now. Anything else you want to tell me?
Anything else I want to tell you concerning violence or anything else?
About the allegations she's made.
Well, I was trying to respond to the allegations about the home or whatever, and I didn't. And you told
Well, I
me
mean,
not to
who
respond.
pays the mortgage? I don't really care. This ain't a divorce hearing. It's just about the violence. What else? Anything else about the allegations that she made?
Okay.
Anything else about the allegations she made? I mean, I don't care who owns the house. Y'all
Well,
need to get a divorce.
Yes, ma'am, we do, and I filed for divorce, and it hasn't been served through the court. I filed two times, and I just went in last week to get the process, divorce papers process even faster or whatever. I'm trying to stay on them about that, but the violence is total. Her allegations of violence are total lies. I've never touched her. I've never assaulted her. I've never done anything to her in any type of violent way at all.
Ms. Bernie, you have any questions for him?
Sure do.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Johnson, you were charged with simple assault, is that correct? In May of 2021?
Yes.
And isn't it true that those charges are still pending?
Yes. Can I speak to that incident, Your Honor?
Well, no, it's my opportunity now, so.
Well, I wasn't aware about it. We had to.
Well,
answer her question, sir.
Yes,
now you also testified that Ms. Johnson was punching and kicking you and bit a plug out of your stomach. Did you seek any sort of medical treatment?
It's a plug in my stomach. It's not a gunshot wound, ma'am. It heals.
So my question is, did you seek medical treatment?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you didn't call the police?
No, ma'am.
And you don't have any physical evidence of?
I have pictures of it.
Of that?
I have a picture of it. Would you like it?
No.
Oh, I bet you wouldn't. Okay.
And you also admitted that you left the home and secured a secondary residence. Isn't that correct?
The judge just informed me that we're not here to talk about the home. So
answer her questions.
I don't understand this, Your Honor. I don't understand why.
Sir, I didn't want to hear about who paid the mortgage. Just answer her questions.
Your Honor.
That's all
Johnson, I don't care who pays the mortgage. She's asking you a question. If I think it's not relevant, I'll tell her to stop asking.
Yes, ma'am. What was the question?
You testified that you secured a secondary residence. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And you also testified that you come to the house to take naps in the middle of the day. Isn't that correct?
I come to the house at all types of times to do everything.
Okay. When you come to take naps in the middle of the day, Mrs. Johnson is not at the residence. Isn't that correct?
Whether she's there or not, that's not my concern.
Okay.
I come to my home that I own.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Miss Bernie?
No, would you like closing arguments or did you?
Sure, go ahead. You give me closing.
I'll let Mr. Johnson go first and I'll defer.
Go ahead, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, how much money do you make a month?
A month?
Uh-huh. Before taxes.
I'm calculating it now. 2,400. Can I speak to the financial?
Do you give Miss Johnson any child support?
The child stays with me most of the time. She's with me more than her mother. She stays with me maybe 4 or 5 days a week, and I provide for everything.
Johnson child support?
No, ma'am, I do not give her child support because I support the child directly myself. She's with me the majority of the time. She's with me all the time. I take care of her fully. I pay for all her bills. I pay for whatever she got, clothing, expenses, gym, extracurricular activities. I offer to pay for anything her whole life. Any financial gains?
Is she on your health insurance?
On my health insurance? She's on Medicaid. or Medicare, whichever one it is for child. I forget which one's for children, which one's for elderly. I'm an independent contractor, so I don't have health insurance through my job or anything.
Ms. Bernie, you have any more questions for him as far as finances?
I don't. Oh, who's your employer?
I currently work at a church. You need the next actual name of the church.
Mm-hmm.
I work at Impact Church.
Where are they located?
In East Point, Georgia. I recently just started there 3 weeks ago.
Okay, what do you do there?
I'm a musician.
Okay, that's all I have.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Johnson?
Concerning what? Because and like I said, I'm not trying to be out of order or disrespectful or anything. I'm just not.
No, anything else you want? I mean, I don't care about who pays the bills. There's allegations of violence. That's all I want to talk about is the allegations of the violence, not who pays what bills, anything else.
Okay, so as far as violence,
anything else you want me to know?
Yes, ma'am. I've been assaulted. Speaking directly to the other incident, I was threatened when someone walked in the home. When her boyfriend was there on the incident in May, I calmly asked him can he step outside and talk to me and have a conversation with me man to man, because there was women and children in the home. We walked outside. We decided to try and discuss. I tried to explain to him and just have a simple conversation with him about what happened and about how our situation is set up to try and make sure that he understood, my concerns about him being on the premises or staying at the home. I don't know why, another man would want to stay in another man's home, but I just wanted to have a conversation with him about that. He became agitated with me. And I actually have video of this whole incident from my neighbor's Ring camera from start to finish, where we're having a conversation and where you can see that there was no threat or whatever from me towards him. There was no screaming or yelling from me. I never agitated, never got excited or anything. He proceeded to flash it, to show his weapon to me in my own home. I had to run inside the house to get away from him. And his weapon, he followed me through the garage and then came around the front with the weapon pulled out. You can see all this on the video. He came in saying my home, screaming, yelling, causing the kids to cry, causing, you can see the weapon, like I said, you causing the kids to cry. He said, I'm going to whack this nigga, quote unquote. He threatened to kill me in my own home with children and them present. His son came out screaming, I want to stay with Blairberry, I want to stay here. And screaming, he get in the car. He agitated the whole thing. He was screaming, I ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. He said he made all type of threats of violence towards me. My girlfriend, who was the witness, was there present, saw his gun. Mr.
Johnson, I hate to interrupt you, but do you have a TPO against him?
I don't have his address to get a TPO against him.
Okay, so I mean,
no,
there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to him. You don't have.
Yes, ma'am. And so she can't. She also.
So that's what I'm saying, Mr. Johnson. So there's nothing I can do about him. So I don't want to hear about what he did. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do.
She had him in the home. Is that not her responsibility?
You don't have you also haven't applied for a TPO against her. You didn't file a counterclaim.
Well, because I didn't know, I wasn't aware that a TPO order was filed against me until.
Sir, if you'd have picked up the papers that were laying on the ground instead of having your girlfriend read them to you, and you would have read them. But I'm digressing. Miss Bernie, go ahead. Closing arguments.
Judge,
go ahead, Miss Bernie.
Judge, it's remarkable that in Mr. Johnson's closing argument, the story became more elaborate than when he was testifying and he presented evidence to the court. All of a sudden, we start hearing about all of these various things that happened. And instead, he tries to say that Ms. Johnson punched him, kicked him, bit a plug out of his stomach. There was no TPO filed against her. There was no police report made of that incident. He did not seek any medical attention. What you do have in front of you is a police report that was made on the incident that formed the basis of Mrs. Johnson's TPO. Mr. Johnson admitted on cross-examination that he was charged with simple assault, which is indicated in the police report, and those charges are still pending. Notably, you also had the the photographs of where he punched holes in the walls, which, by the way, he did not deny.
Can I speak to that?
So
we're closing, sir. Go ahead, Ms. Bernie.
I didn't get a chance.
Mr. Johnson, you have had an opportunity. You wanted to talk about her boyfriend. Stop.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Ms. Bernie.
So we're asking for the TPO to be granted against Mr. Johnson. We are asking for the court to enter. This is the first time we've heard that he has filed for divorce. I'm not sure why he's not had her served, but that's great because she does want to be divorced. We're asking for a temporary parenting schedule to be put in place from some sort of schedule Thursday to Sunday. We're asking for a reasonable amount of child support to be issued, and that's on a temporary basis. Obviously, we can deal with the rest of that with the Superior Court judge on the divorce. I'm happy to run a worksheet or whatever the court would like.
All right, we'll be glad to go ahead, Mr. Johnson. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Ma'am, I'm not allowed. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not.
Sir,
allowed
you were allowed to, but all you want to talk about was the boyfriend.
No, ma'am, I want to talk about everything. I want to.
You didn't, Mr. Johnson.
Well, I don't, because you keep, every time I say something, you
No, sir, I didn't. I told you I didn't want to hear about you paying the mortgage.
I tried to talk about the incident. I tried to talk about, I want to speak to what's being said to me. I want to be able to dispute the allegation. I punched a hole in the wall because I was locked. I was stuck upstairs while someone was with a pistol. Me and my lady and my daughter were locked in a bedroom while someone else was at the door with a pistol, keeping us safe. I locked her out of the bedroom to stay away from me. I'm trying to protect and stay away from us. No one was in the room. Out of frustration of the incident going on, I hit the walls because I'm trapped in a room in my own home with my daughter and my friend, and I'm not allowed to. I'm frustrated because I can't protect myself because I'm unarmed. No threat to her, no violence towards her. I'm in a room locked by myself with a man standing downstairs at the pistol, with her and the man standing downstairs, and I can't leave because there's someone threatening my life. So I call the police because I'm trapped in a room upstairs. I punched a hole in the wall, hit the wall or whatever out of frustration because I'm trapped in a room. Not any violence or anything toward her. She's locked outside of the room. I'm keeping myself and my daughter and us safe from them. There was no threat of violence towards her. She was not in danger in that situation. So using that as some form of danger is insane. I locked us in the room.
Anything else?
Yes, ma'am.
What else?
Also, you say I only speak to violence, right? Or am I allowed to talk about the house in the way that they're trying to frame it, that I vacated it and was not have access to it? I'm just trying to make sure and be compliant, man. I don't want to be difficult.
You're not being difficult. So this is about family violence. They don't want you near the house, is what their argument is. They don't want you near her. They don't want you near the house. That's all they're saying.
And I'm leaving. I want to live in my home. I do not want. I notify her that I'm moving fully back into this home, and I want access to the house to live there. I'm not going to live anywhere else. I want to fully 100% live in my home, and I don't have any problem with.
She don't want you. She don't want you there.
That's fine, and I don't understand. So my question would be, what rights does she have to more access to the home than I have?
A lawyer for that. This isn't rights time. I'm not your lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. I'm sorry, I'm not your lawyer.
Yes, ma'am. But so I'm saying I don't want to vacate the home. I want to live in my home.
Okay.
So I don't want to be barred from living in my home or having access to it. If she doesn't want to live there, that's fine. She can go wherever she wants. Her whereabouts, her whatever. I just want my property, my child, and that's all I care about. I can really care less about anything else.
Judge, he's admitted to the violence that was depicted in the photograph. He's admitted to the simple assault that's indicated on the police report. We have the evidence of Ms. Johnson about the prior incidents. We believe there's more than enough evidence for the court to issue this TPO against Mr. Johnson, to schedule a temporary parenting agreement so that there's no confusion about that, and temporary order of child support.
All right, Ms. Bernie, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in place. We'll email you a blank order in Word. If you want, you can use that what is it called? Exhibit A, the Fulton Exhibit A parenting plan if you want. You can still find that online. So you can fill it out and shoot it back to us, and we'll e-file everything whenever you get it to us.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Free, I think we got her email. I think it's on the calendar. We have Ms. Bernie's email, Ms. Free.
I think she does. I got the reset order. Yeah.
Okay. Okie doke. All right, thank you. Everybody stay healthy and safe. Is it .net, .com? How's it?
It's .net.
Okay.
And you want me to do the parenting plan and a proposed order on the
Sure.
child support?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Absolutely. Stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Go ahead and leave. All right, Brown versus Kennard.
Here.
All right, can y'all raise your right hands for me? Do you swear affirm testimony you're about to give in this petition for a TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do. Yes.
All right, you have any witnesses, Ms. Brown?
No, I don't.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brown. Miss Ms. Kennard, do you have any witnesses?
Not physically. I have a witness, but it's only over the phone. So I don't know if that counts.
Is anybody on Zoom that your witness, ma'am?
No.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, Mr. Brown. Tell me what's going on.
Yes, I got the TPO order from some incidents that occurred. The most latest one I have that occurred on June 7th. Where me and Perlia was having a disagreement, and she ended up grabbing a knife from the kitchen, and she ended up chasing me with it, and pretty much attacking me with the knife. I got video footage of it, and I had to run out the house and go through the basement at one point. At that time, I took some video evidence of a cut on my finger. Made it back up. She chased me again at another point. I ended up getting the knife from her. And that was the end of that day. I did not contact police. And another incident that month happened on June the 7th, where she was just being verbally abusive, saying things like nobody likes me, my sister, my dad doesn't like me. She wish I was dead, stuff like that. She wish I died in my sleep, things like that. And she also jumped on me and attacked me that time as well, and I got video evidence of that. So that's kind of why I'm seeking this protective order.
So tell me what it is about the knife incident. What exactly happened?
We was having a disagreement. We talk a lot. We were having a disagreement. I believe it was about, it was probably concerning the child, with her, she's nursing, breastfeeding, doing marijuana. And it's just a disagreement. And one thing led to another, and she ended up grabbing a knife from the kitchen and chasing me with it. And she was telling me, don't call the police, stuff like that, because she, don't want to get the baby taken away, stuff like that.
Did she end up stabbing you with it, or?
Yes, I got some proof. She bit me on my chest. I got probably 2 cuts on my right thumb. I had I got some type of cut across my chest that I got some proof of. Some across my shoulder, Yeah. It wasn't, I didn't get, it wasn't anything that completely punctured through that I need to go seek medical attention. It was more so first aid. Yeah.
Was she arrested?
No, I did not contact police.
All right.
The time that I did contact police was when she broke down the bedroom door. And I have a police report of that. She did admit to that.
All right. And then what had happened like the first part of June 7th? That happened May 2021.
Yeah, June 27th. I'm sorry, June 7th.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, she was I don't know how it started. I really don't know. Because they usually always start from disagreements, you know, and it led to her verbally abusing, you know, just telling me things about, you know, how no one likes me. And, you know, I guess assuming why we can't communicate properly. Mm-hmm. You know, she's justifying why we can't communicate properly, saying no one likes me and no one, you know, wants to listen to me and nobody cares about you. I wish you were dead. You know, she punched me, jumped on me, pulled my hair, you know, even bumped the child during the altercation. She actually grabbed the knife during that time. The only footage evidence I got of that is me actually hiding the knife so she can't see it, so she can't get it, because I had got it from her before I could get any footage of that.
And
as I was,
show me any of the footage.
Yes, yeah, I can screen share. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'll share sound here. Share screen. Yeah, this is some pretty graphic stuff here. So I'm just warning you. Come on, man. Stop. Hey, girl. Please stop. Can you hear anything?
Uh-huh.
Man, I got it. Right now, Mike, and I put this on my unborn baby life that just died, bitch. I'm there, bitch. You got me there. Oh, put the phone down right now. I'm stabbing.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go to jail anyways. Put it down.
Girl, I'm not calling
the police. You wouldn't let me
police.
call the police in the first place.
Girl, stop, please, please. At that point, you see me going out the door, running out the door. And you can see her through the window here, like closing the door and locking it. But I had the basement window open, so I got back in through the basement where I came and made this video. This is a cut from me blocking, and also, I don't know, you see a long gash, punched me in the eye as well, but it's what happened. Stab wounds, stab marks from the knife. I believe I have one on my shoulder here that's bleeding right now. There's a mark right here across my chest. My eye is still healing. You see a bite mark. And you can see the big bite mark on my chest here. On her teeth marks. She pulled me by my hair. So that was June 27th. June the 7th here. I started off, I didn't, you know, I just started, which were, you know, hitting them and some bite marks. June the 7th here. These are bite marks from earlier. And I pretty much kind of ran into the room to get the footage. And See, I cut the light off here. I didn't know what to do really.
She's coming in the room. She's coming in the room. I'm gonna record this.
Everything to us. You do everything to us. You do everything to us. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You do everything to us. You grown ass man. What's up? You ain't doing that now. What's up? Oh God, I can't. Fucking disgrace. My son gonna be nothing like you. You want me to hate you? I fucking do. You bitch. I hope you do die.
That's what she said. She hope I do die.
I was big. I didn't feel like that. Just cause you was the father of my son. But nigga, you an evil motherfucker. You
hope I die? You hope I die?
Evil motherfucker. I hope karma.
I
hope karma lay his ass on you. That's what I hope. I hope karma lay his ass on you.
I heard you.
Hard. Please die in your sleep. Die in your sleep.
Die in my sleep?
Me and Messiah have a happy life.
Die in my
Without
sleep?
you, yep. Go to sleep and die. Yep.
You want me to die?
Go ahead. Everything
I
that
don't
you
want
put
you
me
to
and my
die,
son
man.
through, everything that you put me and my son through, hell yeah, nigga.
I don't want you
So
to
that's
die.
what it's gonna take for
I'm
me.
sorry.
That's what it's gonna take.
Well, let me go. I'm sorry. I don't want you to die, though.
Do that. Do that. What, you recording me? Let me see your phone. You recording me? You recording me? You recording me? Right. Don't like you. Your daddies don't like you. Your sister don't like you. Don't nobody like you. Don't nobody want to be around you. Don't nobody love you, nigga. Your own son barely love you, nigga. You don't even know the conversation me and Mason had, bitch. Don't even know the conversation me and your son had about you, bitch. He don't like you for real. He see through all your bullshit. And you think he did everything. I can't wait to get my son away from this shit. My son away from this shit. You want to fight like that?
Stop! Stop! Man, the baby right there. The baby right there, bro. Man, hey! Well, she pulled my hair. What's wrong with you?
He wanted it. You got it. You did everything to me, and you want me. You got it. I gave you everything you wanted. There you go.
I had hit the knife at another point. I just grabbed it because
I gave it all to him. I gave it all to him. You got it.
Some clothes.
You got it. You got it. I give up.
Put the baby down, so I picked him.
Babe, you okay? Come on. Come on, Messiah.
He went out the front door at that point.
You okay, baby?
All right, so.
Pearl, let me get out the door.
See, at this point, I'm trying to.
Let me get out the door.
Stop recording me.
I want to get out the door.
I want to be recorded. Stop,
you don't have
stop
to
recording me. Man, I don't record you. Stop recording me.
I just want to leave out the door. Damn. Stop. Pearl, stop. Man, Pearl. Man, stop. Pearl, leave me. Man. Oh my God, man. What's wrong? Look, he's finna cry.
I hate you.
Look what you doing.
You did this. You did this shit to me. You did shit to him.
Bro, I'm trying to leave out the house.
You got it. You got it all, mama. He did this shit to both of us, and now he got it. And now you got it.
Man.
You want to take
Oh, she attacked me again right when I went out, baby.
I'm like, you wanted me to be crazy. You wanted me to be psycho.
Phone cut off. And this is where I made it to the garage.
Leave me alone, Pearl. Get off of me. Pearl. Watch the baby. Pearl.
Final Royale, huh?
Watch the
Final
baby.
Royale, huh?
Watch the
you
baby.
Recording me, I'm giving you a show. You recording me. You want me to die. Because you know I'm got my baby. I don't got
Man, you got the baby.
You didn't nothing but battery.
Man, you got the baby, man.
Nothing but battery for years. Me and my baby.
Pearl, get the baby. Get Messiah.
So at this point, this is just footage from the Ring camera around the say, it's timestamped. around that time, you pretty much see me leave the residence. I was able to get out. You see me leaving in the car there. I guess she didn't know where I was at. But at this point, I did not include my son into this order because he's not legitimated right now. But I did, go ahead and seek an attorney, and I filed, I sought for legitimation, and she has been served. And that's what I have here on the screen.
All right, go ahead, ma'am. I'll hear from you.
Thank you. So as it has to do with that first video that he just showed on the first video that he showed when I was attacking him with the knife, I was attacking him because the entire night he had verbally, mentally, and physically abused me the entire night. He takes the phones so that I can't record him, or whenever I do get a recording of him, he deletes it because he has total access of this phone, the iCloud, everything. I have 5 police reports filed on Mr. Brown from his physical abusement towards me. Every time I retaliate a little bit after I take the abuse for 5 hours on end out, and I finally get fed up because I've been in a relationship with him for 3 years. I've been getting abused by him all through the course of these 3 years of us being together. I have multiple witnesses also that is willing to testify in this case that I just gave them the information. They will be getting on Zoom shortly. Willing to testify in this case that Mr. Brown has over and over and over again physically abused me to the point where I have five police reports. The reason why they're not in evidence is because the only phone that I have, he has access to, and I can't download any apps. I could not even download this app to even be on court right now. I have no money, no car, and the only phone I have is underneath his control. He is a narcissist, real narcissist. We have a 15-year age difference. Since I've been with Mr. Brown, anytime I asked to, first he isolated me from my family, he isolated me from everything. Then he takes control of the phone, takes control of the finances. Then he wiggles it in my face like, oh, if you leave, then you're gonna have nothing. That's the reason why I tried to co-parent and be with Michael Brown so long, is because I am now financially dependent on him. But in the course of our whole relationship, I am the one who has been providing for our son. I am the one who has bought everything that he owns. But Mr. Brown, because he knew that he was going to put a restraining order on me, because he didn't want me to put the restraining order on him first, because I had just got out of the hospital on June the 13th, because I had an ectopic pregnancy rupture. I went through surgery. After I got back out of surgery, the reason why I attacked him with the knife is because he kicked me in my stomach. He abused me all night because I was talking to a friend that he did not want me to talk to. So he abused me and my son all night, came in the room. I had barricaded ourselves in the room to try to keep him out, but he just would not stop. He took the phone, so I couldn't call the police. The only option that I have is to run to the neighbor's house and call the police at 6 o'clock in the morning, which I have done multiple. Multiple times in these police reports, and I can give you all the case numbers. I was not able to submit them in evidence because I couldn't, because I can't download Dropbox on my phone. Like I said, I don't have any other devices to do anything. I only have one family member down here. She's been at work every other day. I had to take my baby to the doctor. I haven't been able to do that. So the reason why I attacked Mr. Brown on that first video is because I had just recently had surgery from a ectopic pregnancy rupture, and he kicked me in my stomach. He also abused me the entire time. And what you guys see in those videos, each one of those videos is a reaction from the abuse every single time. And that's all I have to say. I have witnesses. I have 5 different police reports. Each of these police reports, 2 of them is from neighbors' houses where I had to call the police and I had to run out the house from his abuse. The police came and picked me up. I'll read them. Upon arrival, Mr. Brown stated that his child's mother damaged his property. This is when he said, I busted in the door. Mr. Brown also stated that he does not believe Ms. Kennard damaged the property on purpose, that it did not happen today or at the same time. Ms. Kennard stated that she did damage the property, but it was only trying to get in the bedroom where her child was at. Ms. Kennard stated that she did damage the light fixture, but since it had got fixed, Ms. Kennard, basically all of these just state that he been taking the phone. He takes the phone. He stops me from calling the police. He deletes evidence, all the evidence. He deletes all the evidence, even all my receipts to show that I've been the one taking taking care of my son this entire time, his whole life. He deleted everything because he had access to do so with the phone, the iCloud. I wasn't even able just to get on here to even defend myself in court a little bit because I couldn't even download Dropbox or Zoom because he has it on parental control. But that's what he does. He'll turn the Wi-Fi off in the house. He'll turn the phone on. I can't even call out. Only people that I can call is the police. And then he'll stop me from doing that by taking the phone or barricading me in the house. The abuse has been going on for 3 years, and this restraining order is on me only because he thought that I was going to put a restraining order on him first. Because after I got out the hospital, I stated to Mr. Brown, this is too much. It's too toxic. It's too much. If you cannot not put your hands on me in front of my son, if you cannot give me basic respect, then I am going to put a restraining order in, and you're not going to be able to see Messiah anymore. So what he did was that, no, we can co-parent. We can do this cordially. We don't have to go through the courts. I don't want you to ever to feel like I know I was wrong for this and this and that. We can do this cordially. So we made arrangements that I would move out. I would go back to Ohio because I have no family here in Atlanta, which he knows. That's another reason why he preyed on me, and that I wasn't able to always leave his house as fast because I don't have barely any support here. So I also, a couple months ago, left Georgia to get away from him, took my baby to get away from the toxicity, to start my life over. I was there for a month before Mr. Brown came down to Ohio, asking to see his son, crying, saying he will go to therapy, he will go to counseling, all of this stuff, because his son wasn't paying attention to him, didn't really acknowledge him. So I said, okay, well, if you can go to therapy and we can go to therapy and we can be co-parents and we can do this right. Okay, I'll come back. I came back here And that's when all this other stuff then occurred after I came back here. So he put this restraining order on me to protect him, which that's what he's been doing this whole time. That's why he's been deleting the evidence. All I have for my evidence for me, I don't have any videos or recordings because he deleted all of that. Every time he deletes it, he takes the phone, he deletes it. He doesn't let me call the police. Only thing I have is 5 police reports, and I have multiple witnesses. The neighbors are willing to testify. One time he picked us out on the side of the highway,
ma'am,
and I willingly got out.
Manny, could we just take a moment and put Michael Brown in a breakout room with me, please?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hold on a second.
I don't know if you want to move on to another case, but I'll just be done for a few minutes.
Okay. Let's see. I think you're a co-host, right? You can go. Okay. I put him in breakout room 1.
That's crazy. And it's crazy. He accumulated all of this evidence.
Go ahead. I think you go. You're a co-host, so go into 1.
This is crazy.
Hold on.
Every reaction.
Ma'am, are you in Georgia?
Yes, right now I am still in Georgia.
Okay, hold on 1 sec. Let me see when they get back. Hold on. All right. While they're in the breakout room, I think I have.
Yes, here.
Is that right? Do you guys have
Yes.
witnesses?
Yes, I have 2 witnesses. I have my partner as well as my coworker.
Are they on here?
Yes, my partner is Brian Coleman and my coworker is Ainsley Montgomery.
All right, Montgomery. All right, Mr. Ponte, is it just you?
No, it's my twin sister. Present.
Okay. All right. And somebody just signed on here that's smoking. Ma'am, who are you? You're on mute. You're still on mute. Is that one of y'all's witnesses?
No, I'm not sure who that is.
Me either, but there's no smoking in my courtroom.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. My phone was on, my sound was so low. We have, if you're wondering, we've got Miss Robin Stewart Amara is the children's therapist, and Roberta Robbie Mitchell is the nurse practitioner for Brooks.
They're not on here though, are they? I see Roberta.
Yeah, and Miss Stewart Amara is also.
Okay, I see her. Okay. All right. Now I was wondering the lady that was in her hair bonnet and smoking. I just removed her. I don't really allow smoking in the courtroom.
Okay, my sound was low. When I heard you say who's in here, I just thought.
No, I just removed her. She was on mute and she was walking with her shower bonnet on and smoking and not talking, and she's not a party, so I just removed her. No smoking in the courtroom. Ms. Allison, are you finished?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So we'll leave Miss Walking, smoking, shower cap or whatever, hair bonnet on. We'll leave her in the waiting room till we figure out who she is. All right. Anything else from you, ma'am? Ms. Brown? Excuse me. Ms. Kennard, anything else from you? Where'd Ms. Kennard go? Ms. Kennard? Anything else for you, Mr. Brown?
Not right now. I can answer any questions.
Anything else from you, Ms. Kennard?
No, besides my witness, I have a witness in the Zoom now.
Is she the one that has the that was smoking a cigarette and walking around with a
Propsy?
Okay.
Yeah. That's my mom. She has been, I've called her multiple FaceTime. She's been one of the main witnesses to all of the abuse.
Okay. Okay. All right, where's she at? All right, ma'am, can you raise your right hand? You swear affirm testimony you're about to give in this petition for TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? You have to untake yourself off mute, man.
Your Honor, are you talking to me?
Yep, you're the only one. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. I thought you
No,
were
not you.
talking to
No,
me.
not you, Miss Aponte. The lady with the shower cap on or
Okay.
the hair bonnet.
I'm gonna put my-
Okay, there you go. All right, tell me what you know about what's going on with Miss Kenyard.
Okay, I'm Pearlia's mother, and I live in Ohio. And since day one, this man has beat on my daughter. I have been on the phone where he has actually beat my daughter up, and I'm sitting here looking at my daughter. Then he will call me and start recording my daughter when she attacked him. My daughter just had surgery. She had her fallopian tubes taken out, and this man punched my daughter in her stomach. This man has put my daughter through so much and my family through so much. I sent my sons to get my daughter from Atlanta. She came here to Ohio. He convinced her to come back. And soon as she get back, he started beating on her again. He only records what he wants to record. He don't record what he be doing to my daughter. I am so sick of this man and these games he play. I've never in my life met a person like this. He put my daughter out on the road, butt naked, kicked him out the house, her and my grandson. And he always talking about his son. You let your son get in the car without a car seat because you don't want to give it up because you mad because she left? Oh, you let your son be outside just in a diaper because you mad. He beats her constantly, but he'll record what he wants to.
Have you witnessed it firsthand, ma'am?
I haven't. My other daughter, she lives in Atlanta, and she has come to get my daughter from that house. It's been times that he was beating her, and she would just like call me, and I can hear it. The man has even been disrespectful to me after he didn't beat my daughter, and I'm trying to talk to the man. He disrespects me. I'm tripping on this restraining order. She the one needed to be putting a restraining order on him. But no, she's young and she felt like she was in love. And he took advantage of that. He's too old to even be with her. I am fed up with this situation. I'm shaking now and I'm really upset for the games that he plays. He is so manipulative. I'm just over this. He's so sneaky. I can't take it anymore. I can't. I can't. I've been begging her to get away from him. Stay away from him. I sent my sons to get her. She was here. He manipulated her to come back. And then the stuff started all over again. I'm getting phone calls. He doing this to me. And he in the background yelling and screaming and being really disrespectful, calling her all out her name, telling her she ain't this, she ain't that. I'm gonna calm down. This is the most disrespectful human being I've ever met in my life. And I'm done with this. I pray that Pearl, you stay away from him. That is not a good situation for you or your child. At some point in your life, you will start listening to your mother. Let this go. Let it go. Please.
I think we've lost her. I don't know where she went. She's not on Zoom anymore.
She probably upset because I'm upset. But Your Honor, oh my mother, my dear mother. I'm not gonna lie about this. This man has been beating my daughter. And he only records what he wants to be seen. He has cameras all around his house. crazy stuff inside the house. You get, whew. This is the most narcissistic man I've ever met in my life. And I'm so afraid for my daughter. If nothing be done, just make sure she stay away from him.
Judge, can we take a break real quick and I speak to Michael Brown?
Okay, well, I think, I don't see her. I think she's gone. If y'all want to go back to the breakout room, y'all can.
Yeah. Mr. Brown, will you hit where it says breakout room, join, you're in room 1 and hit.
Ma'am, if you want to reach out to your daughter, see if she can jump back on the link, okay?
That'll get trying to get back on. Michael, do you see where it says room 1?
It did not pop up yet.
Okay.
Go back down to where it says breakout room.
Yeah, if you scroll down where it says room 1. Yeah, you see it now?
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay.
All right, while y'all do that, I'm gonna, until she gets back on, I'm going to go ahead and try to knock out this other hearing real quick because I've got my last hearing that's on. All right, looks like where did Mr. Call all down. Looks like I think Mr. Brown was having some sort of internet issues or something.
Yeah, he's back. I just think his camera's not working, Judge.
All right. All right, Ms. Kenyard, anything else you want to tell me? Did you hear what your mom said? I can't hear you, ma'am. You're on mute.
The phone had died, so I didn't hear what she said.
You have anything else you want to tell me?
Other than the fact like he still has control over the phone, and he just does his best to go out his way to hurt me. It's not even about our son. It's about hurting me, controlling me, having control. And if I don't do what he and sound like he want me to sound, then I have repercussions to pay. I have consequences.
You have to submit.
Pretty much. If I don't submit, then I have consequences. That's why I have this restraining order. That's why, more than just that. But
all right, let's see. Is Mr. Brown, are you still having issues? Is he still having issues with his camera? You want to text him and see, or whatever, Miss Jill?
Sorry, Judge. I'm sorry. I thought that may have been him, but was it somebody else? What was the question?
Do you know if he's still having issues with his camera? If he is, I could just continue to.
Yeah, I think we should just continue and move on to another case because I know he's having some issues with it.
Okay, if he's having issues, I'll go ahead with this. I'm sorry, Ms. Kennard. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue with this other hearing I'm having really quickly. All right. Okay. So as soon as Mr. Brown can connect with his camera, you and your mom can hold on. And if Ms. Schumann, if you guys get ready, just let me put a little bit more coffee in my mug. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Here you go. This one you're gonna learn today, Mom.
All right, thank you. Sorry about that. I had a couple of emergency issues I had to take care of. All right. All right, so we'd heard from Miss Millard.
Yes, and Your Honor, just as a housekeeping, Miss Roberta Robbie Mitchell is the nurse practitioner with the Cho investigation, and it was brought up before the hearing. And I understand Ms. Wine's, argument that we've closed our case and that a rebuttal witness would have to wait.
It's coming right now.
Even a valid legal request. There are still no.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I have to interrupt. I haven't finished my court case with the judge, and I have police in front of me. So I really need to speak to the judge because I have police trying to take my child away from me, and I haven't even finished court. I'm waiting for the other person to come back on the phone, and now the police is here to take my baby away.
Let's see. Mr. Brown.
Yes. The police is right here. I don't know if can I turn the camera? The police is right here telling me that they're here to take my child away from me. And I haven't even finished to get no verdict in this court right here. I've been on the phone with you guys since 12:20 this morning.
I understand, ma'am. You're going to go ahead and give them Mr. Brown's going to get the child, and you're going to go show up back to court, file some sort of emergency motion, and get in touch with one of the other judges and appear in front of them.
I'm sorry,
Mr. Brown's going to keep your child until you guys can get in front of another judge. Mr. Brown, go pick up the child.
Until when?
Yes, ma'am.
You get in front of the other judge for the legitimation case, ma'am.
Until so a whole month?
I didn't say a month. I said till you get in front of the other judge in the
The
legitimation.
legitimation already, that says it takes 30 days. We haven't even.
Ma'am, call and speak with the lawyer. Ma'am, call and speak with the lawyer. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lawyers right here.
He's not even legitimated, and now they can just
ma'am,
take my
there's
baby
1,
away?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lawyers right here. Go speak with a lawyer. Mr. Brown, go.
And this is Justice How. You haven't even told me no verdict in my case. You haven't.
I'm telling you right now, ma'am, I'm putting this in place. Your mental health status and the way you were acting on those videos and with that knife, with that child there, has me very concerned for his safety and the safety of that child.
Okay, so what about all the evidence that I told you?
Ma'am, I'm telling you right now.
I have 5 police
I'm telling you
reports of
right
him
now
being
to turn the
abusive.
child over to the sheriff so they can give him to Mr. Brown. And the judge hearing the legitimation case will hear more about where the child needs to be on a more permanent basis. Right now, turn the child over and go hire a lawyer.
Quit playing with me, man. Y'all foul. Y'all court system is foul. Y'all real foul. Y'all real foul. Because she says she's concerned for my mental state and the well-being massage. So it worked. Now he got.
Ma'am, you should go get a lawyer.
He said, "Go get a lawyer."
That's what you should probably do, ma'am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
My baby's getting taken.
They're all right here. Ashley Wine, Miss Miracle, Marcy Millard, Eileen Schumann.
The lawyer talked to Mike. The lawyer talked to him. Nobody talked to me though. I didn't get a public defender. Somebody put him in.
This isn't a criminal case, ma'am. This isn't a criminal case, ma'am. This is not a criminal case, ma'am. You don't have a right to a lawyer.
Yes,
I'm going to go ahead and remove you from this meeting. I'm going to remove you from this meeting. I'm going to remove you from this meeting. You'll get a copy of this order. Jill, make sure that he's got the kid, okay?
Okay. And Miss Millard, this is my last question.
Oh my God. That's why I kept telling y'all, like, y'all pay attention to their body language, pay attention. They was on it the whole time. When after he played them videos, it was a wrap. It was a wrap at that point. Looking like, girl, you just did all that stuff. You done picked your baby up and everything. Like, girl, you attacking this man left and right. Pick the baby up, put the baby down. Once again, you grabbing knives. And like, you really thought when he showed that to the judge, they weren't going to remove that baby from the home? You running down the stairs like you the doggone exorcist? Like, come on now. Her and her mama was delusional. For real. And Boo said it too. She said it. I just want y'all to see like how they actually pulled it though. The way they did it. Like old girl that was in the that was on the far right. That she had a black and white blouse on. She was on it. She kept getting in up and down from her seat. She was on the phone and everything. Like, yeah. They was definitely on that. They was on that. They had her. I mean, he pleaded his case. It was real simple. You know, it was devastating to even watch. They had that baby going through all of that stuff, but you know, he won his case just by his videos by himself. So they literally, when they kept pulling the daddy back and he kept disappearing off the screen, they had him in the back. So he knew exactly what was going on too. He was prepared to go get his baby and everything. So he ended up with full custody of his child. And 9 out of 10, that woman probably, that young lady, she probably still don't even have her baby. Because they probably got her a psych evaluation. You know, they probably didn't put her in parenting class. Well, she probably really realize going through it right now. Well, Lynette say, she say, I'm gonna get you Sexy Ray. You didn't even tell me, Lord have mercy. What Sexy Ray do? Don't run now, Sexy. Lord, Lynette. Where was you at, Lynette? So you were just in here just texting? I mean, I texted. You were just in the chat and you didn't even realize that it was a video playing? You thought you were just listening to something? I'm confused. I am confused. Lord have mercy. Yeah, that was definitely a good one, though. That was a good one. I'm about to get up off of here, y'all. But y'all know Tiff got to go live. She got her Wrench Wednesday coming up. That's why I just wanted to get that out the way. Try to get in where I fit in. Lord have mercy, Lynette. Oh, wow. That is crazy. I just thought you had left out the chat for a little minute. She thought they was on a panel all... Girl, I know all them folks. A lot of people who was on that panel. So Lynette thought I had the judge and all on the panel, child. She said she's trying to put it all together. Lord have mercy. Yeah, that was definitely a good one. Yeah, I really enjoyed that video. Happy Valentine's Day, Ro baby. Happy Valentine's Day to all of y'all. I'm about to get up off of here, so anybody else that's getting ready to go live, you know, they can have the flow. I'm about to sit back and chill, try to figure out what my next move about to be. And I'll see y'all in the other chat. Miss Sexy, yes, that's funny, honey. I mean, that was the Valentine's joke for the day. Miss Lynette, it's gonna stay over here in Chi-Town Talk. We ain't gonna tell nobody else what you did. It's gonna stay right over here. We ain't gonna do you like that. We is not gonna do you like that. We ain't gonna do you like that, boo. She said she thought we had I had the panel lit, huh? Child. Yeah, I got you. That'd be the Chi-Town Talk family, the Valentine's secret. She said it's all Miss Sexy fault. It's all good. All right, y'all. Well, I definitely enjoyed y'all this evening, and I would like for everybody to have a very happy and safe Valentine's Day. You all enjoy it, and I enjoyed you all. Hopefully I'll be back tomorrow, but y'all know how I be. I don't want to say that I am, and then I mess around and don't. So y'all know. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace.